Oh, wait, did we not have an opening?
We just discussed this, man.
Oh, wait, well, no, we said shorter opening, we didn't say skip the opening altogether. Hi, everybody, welcome back to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age. What the fuck are we doing? Hey, Nick, how you doing? What's up?
I feel ancient and gross, and I want to die. Take me back to my grave. I'm not supposed to exist anymore.
If anybody here was actually going to drag somebody to the grave, it was probably going to be the guy on the other side of the table. That would be Channel Pup.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Something
right.
about chaos on the podcast, cats and dogs living together. Suris, how you doing?
I think Channel Pup is officially the Undertaker of this podcast.
And I am Wayne. I have I have classic miscommunication.
Just a
All
heads
right.
up, Wayne, you swore in the first 30 seconds of the podcast. This is why we have the intros, is so that no one can curse during the first 30 seconds of the podcast.
Yes, because
Otherwise, Susan Wojcicki's going to come in and take our banks, and I'm not going to be happy about that.
T-Lope's music in the beginning has a magical effect where it calms everyone, and naughty words no longer utter out of your guttural larynx.
I'm
So,
gonna
as
say,
usual, the policy is super chats go at the very end, but don't worry, we are reading them and logging them down throughout the entire show.
and of course, thank you. I think we need to take Pup's lead for next week, and we all just do an obnoxious voice clip from one of the games. That's our That's so good.
Oh
Log it
yeah,
down
this
in
is
the
happening.
Production meeting.
Wise from your grave.
Is that
Oh, geez.
Altered Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, I haven't thought about that in a while. That was
Well,
the gateway furry game, I think.
Yeah, and then Robin Hood was the gateway furry movie.
well, I don't know. I'm thinking about
I don't
other
know how you
things.
bring
Quite
more
an array
of
of
that.
topics today. We've got quite an array of topics today, but we're going to be starting off with the news of the casting of Super Mario Brothers, the movie from Illumination Entertainment coming next year. Anyone have the list up? Because I actually don't.
I can
Oh
just
man.
say it out loud. I mean, like, we know it's not Sonic related, but how do we not talk about that?
Well, we can kind of make it Sonic related. Hey, remember a couple of weeks ago when people were complaining that Idris Elba sounded a little too old or unfitting for the role he was cast in?
I,
Illumination Entertainment were just like, challenge accepted.
just phenomenal. All right, so we have Chris Pratt as Mario.
He's super cool, according to the guy in the Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah, that was great.
You mean Mario's father?
Yeah.
That's who you mean?
Mario's
The guy who
American
created
father.
Mario?
Wait, you said according to the guy in Nintendo Direct, yeah, Miyamoto?
Shigeru
Yeah,
Miyamoto.
I want to go
Miyamoto.
over this again. I only just recently got into Mario. Okay, I don't know.
I guess it's one. I was about to say. I guess if it's not fucking Yuji Naka, you don't care, right?
Shigeru Miyamoto is one of the most important people in all of video game history, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
dumb
that
piece
guy.
of shit brought Chris Pratt in to play his beloved character.
I mean, this is. I was talking to my coworker last night, and I was saying, you know what this means, right? It doesn't matter the quality of the Mario movie now. This is going to have negative ramifications on any future prospects of Sonic movies,
Wait,
of Nintendo movies. Just based solely on the fact that if it is successful, then they will think, oh, this is just this bare minimum like Illumination bull crap is just that's gonna sell, and we just gotta like roll with that.
I don't
They
think
should
it's
have gotten an actual Italian to play Mario, like Robert De Niro or something.
I don't
Like,
think it's a question of if. It's Illumination Studio. They're going to be successful, hands down.
we've already got a Mario movie. It's called The Godfather. Fuck's
Oh
sake.
my god!
Oh my Jeebus. But I can say this though, if there's one thing that I do like about Chris Pratt playing as Mario, it confirms that Blue is a Yoshi.
Princess
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
that was the first thing I saw was somebody.
wedding.
Dude, I
Somebody
was just
posted
like, is Mario gonna go get some sarsaparilla pup?
Sarsaparilla.
Oh man.
Hey, yo, Spike, mamma mia, where's your sarsaparilla?
I don't know where my sarsaparilla is. Mario, you want to marry Peach on this, the day of Peach's wedding?
What is happening?
Hey, Luigi, where'd you get that fresh pepperoni? Hey, yo!
I mean, we are veering closer to Always Sunny because Luigi is voiced by Charlie Day.
Yeah.
That's my favorite casting choice, right next to Jack Black as Bowser.
This is the worst. This is so bad. This is so
No,
stupid.
I am so happy to have Jack Black Bowser.
Jack Black is he's the one casting choice I like so far.
I love all these guys. Like, I love all of these actors.
Even Seth Rogen Donkey Kong.
But
He
here's
has
the thing.
returned to monkey.
I love
Donkey
these-
Kong
He's
is a
not a horrible
stoner.
choice. I'm gonna say this: Donkey Kong and Bowser are actually cast okay.
It's
the one question.
least like it was the least ridiculous out of all of them. I'm going to be honest with you. But here's the thing about Seth Rogen and Jack Black. Okay, they don't play characters. Characters play them. It's so weird, dude. It's so unbelievably weird.
Why is Jordan Peele playing Toad?
Better than
Is he
Jordan.
gonna scream? Is he gonna scream at the top of his lungs the entire time? Because I tell you what,
You will.
that might be the one thing to get me to buy a ticket for an Illumination.
Just imagine the actual trailer just has Toad come out. You're gonna cry. Just
They should have let me voice Toad, man. Seriously, I would have done it.
Toad will
Although,
be their
granted,
minion.
Nick does not want me screaming down the mic anymore, so I'm not going to do that.
That's very, I appreciate it.
Either that or I'll
Traveled
just move the
ears.
mic away from my mouth and do it. Okay, yeah,
That's,
that
yeah,
way.
that's good.
no, it didn't make it better.
Jesus
It
Christ!
didn't make it better. Pop, I swear to fucking God.
So as you can see this
This
morning,
is why you're getting
or
fixed.
evening for Pup, we are all just taken over by the madness. I'll say this. I know we usually don't like Illumination just in terms of because they just make the Hollywood cartoon movie, you know.
Yeah.
But they also know what they're doing. I'm sure there's going to be something they do with the design and the story that helps this be a little bit more palatable. We're clearly not going to get the standard version of our characters with this
Yeah.
movie. And I've heard literally every single one of these actors play a role convincingly enough that I'm engaged with whatever they're doing on the screen. So as much as I talk shit about Jack Black, I mean his turns as Poe is still pretty amazing.
Oh, this is a one of spice to meatball.
My that's like my one thing I'm really looking forward to the least is the designs of the characters because
Oh, I
mean,
can't
if
wait.
you just look at Illumination characters,
Yes.
they all look the same.
I'm gonna look at Mario and be like, "What in the name of lasagna lovers everywhere is this?"
So you mean that we're going to get lanky Mario? Because that's not going to feel good at all.
I don't want it, Suris.
I don't think they're going
want
so
it.
much for a
I
lanky
don't
Mario
think
as
they'll
much
change
as
it.
I don't think they're trying to do.
Sorry. Go on.
I don't think they're going to go with a sexier Mario. I think the idea there was casting more Lego movie.
I wasn't
Well,
going to
let's
say
hear
lanky.
about
I wasn't
sexy
trying
Mario,
to say sexy Mario. I said
I
a
heard
lanky.
somebody
But
needs their plumbing fixed. Eh?
Look, Nick, I understand-
You,
I
want to play with
understand-
these pipes, ma'am?
I understand if the Who's down in Whoville are your thing, Nick, but Jesus.
I'm gonna stick a plunger in your vagina.
What?
Ah,
That's
Oh,
getting a little too
no.
far, Pup.
no.
There have now been
fucking
7
Christ.
meetings because of you. Jesus fuck.
I feel like it's more than 7. I feel like we're past 7.
I mean, how many episodes do we have?
29. See, 7 out of 29 is not bad. I'm just gonna be real.
I feel like an HR department would disagree. We need,
So
we
Mario
need
is
an
just gonna
H-
be a minion in this movie, and it's gonna be awful.
We need an HR department, please.
So
I'm just saying.
gonna-
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like this. We are going by what we know the stock standard characters to be, mixing in with just a very strange set of voices. It might be its own thing. I don't think it's going to be a very good movie, but I think it'll be enough to get kids in the audience. Because I have some of my more normie friends that don't get obsessed over this. They love this shit. They're absolutely fine with it, and it's that's what they're there for.
I'm just gonna 100% say straight up. I think this is what's gonna happen. The Mario movie will break $1 billion at the box office because that's what Illumination do. They're a focus group driven marketing company first and foremost. They make, films that are no better than the bare minimum at best. Aside from Despicable Me 1, which was actually quite good. But it will make $1 billion at the box office just because of how easily marketable it is. But Sonic 2 will be better.
That's my thing. It feels so strange to me that I have infinitely more faith in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie than I do in a Mario one.
Yeah, it's very
The
weird.
priorities are clearly very different. Like, if you look at the first teaser poster for Mario, it's the little item box with all of the celebrity cast names on it. You
Yep.
can see what the priorities are. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, if we talk about the first Sonic movie's first teaser poster, that poster was awful because it had our creepy human Sonic. But you could see that
But he was in silhouette, though.
The priority, yeah, but you could still see his muscles. It's just muscles on a Sonic is just wrong. But I remember when I saw that poster, I was saying, if they can get this much wrong in the teaser poster, I dread to think what the film is going to be like. But Jamal Simmons retracted his message, and now I'm feeling intensely bothered.
Well, Jamal, if you put a new message on there, we'll just count that as the super chat.
Yeah, don't even worry about super chatting it. Just write a little clarification, and then But
we'll get to it at the end of the show. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. But a lot of people are saying video game movies don't tend to break $1 billion, but this is Illumination we're talking about. They could break $1 billion with just a singing elephant, and now they've got the backing of the biggest video game mascot of all time.
Not to mention when video game movies don't break $1 million, it's usually because video game movie for the longest time has been synonymous with live adaptation. And this is not a live adaptation. This is a video game movie that is going to be done in CG, which means that if Illumination does not do what we think they're going to do, and they go with more classic designs for these characters, then it's going to be immediately recognizable, and everybody's going to be, as soon as they see it, they go, "Oh, cool! I know what that
will
is."
Be classics.
Suris.
I think the designs will be the classics, as if Illumination would hire a design department. Come on.
There's one thing that tells me everything about the direction.
Your mouth fucking moves now.
It does. Also, you're not sharing your screen on the Discord. There's one thing that tells me everything I need to know about the direction this movie is taking, how the characters are going to be designed, how they're going to be animated, how they're going to act in the godforsaken way they're going to talk. Donkey Kong is being played by Seth Rogen.
Can you just imagine?
He's gonna be a stoner, but with bananas.
Yes, I was about to say that he's just gonna be like, "Yo, man, have you tried these bananas? Have you tried them? 50 milligrams."
All right, Sonic Movie 2, you got to up the ante with the star power. I want Gilbert Godfrey as Shadow.
Maria.
Actually, he would make such a good Scratch, though, wouldn't he?
Oh, Jesus, you're not wrong.
Gilbert Godfrey as Scratch, and then the voice of Patrick Star as Grounder, and then you got something going
That
on.
would be... Now I'm just imagining Grounder going, "Oh boy, it's 3 a.m.
It could work.
I
Tell me it would
my drink.
work.
Oh my god.
I want that in another Sonic movie. Scratch and Grounder are there, and then they're just being obnoxious little, themselves throughout the entire movie. And then at the end, the mid-credit scene is they accidentally fall into a roboticizer, but since they're already robots, they just get turned into Orbot and Cubot.
I hate that. I think it should be the reverse order. Orbot and Cubot become Scratch and Grounder.
I think we should just have a Scratch and Grounder movie called Scratch and Grounder's Big Adventure.
Also, I just want to say,
Scratch and Grounder go to White House,
Damn
White
it!
Castle.
Nick! Wait, hold on. Nick, come on in. The open mouth party's fine.
I'm too lazy to do any editing right now.
I sincerely
I'll get one
hope
by next week.
I sincerely hope nobody clipped the "come on in" the open mouth.
Well, now you've given them the idea. I'm just saying.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, so here's the thing, and the chat is turning on us here a little bit. They got a good point. This is not a Mario podcast. We have kind of vented our feelings about it. We do think it's a little bit wacky. It's gonna be interesting to see this because we don't have trailers for either of these movies, but Sonic 2 and Mario are coming out next year, so it is gonna be interesting looking back on it after the initial thoughts on everything. So I certainly had a lot of thoughts about that Sonic movie when it first was coming out. And by the time it came out, I was actually generally pretty positive on it. But I did not start off positive about it at all.
Nobody did.
Before we immediately say, though, fuck Mario, I just want to say, like, I think the best way of doing this would have been to have the celebrity voice cast play the surrounding characters, but have Mario have his original voice and have him just not talk much at all in the film. So, like, your central character is mostly mute and he has his original voice. Because I just think this reeks of, like, you can see where the priorities are. You can see where those priorities are, man. Like, this movie...
I guess my last, like, note on it is because Sonic... I feel like when the Sonic movie came out, it kind of, at least to me, it gave me a new hope of what, like, movies could be for video game properties. You know, it's not a perfect film by any means. It is simplistic in some areas and everything like that, but I really enjoyed the movie, and I felt like it understood the spirit of the characters and of the franchise.
Agreed.
And what hurts for me is that there's so much about Nintendo that I love, and there's so many IPs I'd love to see stuff do. I know everybody wants to see some Zelda-like media. Personally, I would fucking kill for an animated Metroid series. I feel like that's not going to happen now if this is the direction they're taking with their media.
I don't know, man. I think like if anyone was gonna get like an Illumination just safe for everybody animated movie, Mario's the property to do it with.
Yeah.
I don't know about if I care about the voice cast or not, but I'm not gonna pretend like I give a shit about like the deeper lore of any of the interactions between this cast. If they're gonna get weird with it, let's get weird with it. I mean, all of these people are talented. All of them. So
Yeah,
oh god, yeah, the Mario movie trailer, like Sony makes a good point, or Sony. Like the Mario movie trailer has got to have K-pop in it. It's got to.
Do you think they could pull a Wreck-It Ralph and just have Sonic show up?
That would be amazing, but no.
Just
doubt it.
imagine
doubt
how
it.
weird it would be though if in the Mario movie everybody's got these like celebrity voice actors, but then Sonic comes in still voiced by Roger Craig Smith.
Or I was gonna say he's
Sonic is
he comes in,
used.
he's voiced by Roger Craig Smith, but they're using the Dreamcast model.
Or it's the standard post Unleash Sonic model we've been getting for a while, but it's voiced by Ben Schwartz.
Oh Lord.
So what I will say though is I think like even if it's only from a quality perspective, because I think Mario will do big numbers at the box office, bigger than Sonic can reach. But I think if Sonic can go at a quality point of view, be the better film or the more beloved one, that'll be a big win for Sonic. You know, the day people are saying, oh god, that Mario movie's so low quality trash, Sonic's where it's at, that would be quite a turn of the tables when it comes to like the reputations these characters have.
Sorry to be a negative Nancy in terms of Sonic again, but I still don't think that's going to be the case. I do think this movie is going to just tear the shit out of Sonic. And like, I'm sure the Sonic fans are going to care more about the movie, but I think in terms of number and overall general opinion from people, it's just, there's a reason why they have this stupid formula, you know?
Hey,
And I think it's going to do well. And I think most people are going to like the Mario movie better because my prediction is like this, as soon as they drop a trailer, people are going to turn around their opinion and be like, wow, that's actually pretty good. Like they're kind of selling me on the voices. But either way, like we have a genuine Mario and Sonic rivalry again, guys. And that's kind of exciting.
it's kind of cool. Speaking of which, actually, didn't just earlier this week we get a better look at Eggman's like new like
did.
black
Yeah,
outfit?
we got looks at his drip.
I think the first note, everybody agrees, wish it was red, but it does look cool.
It does. I mean, I think a defense for the black is that, like, you have the Sonic cast and the heroes, and they're all in their fun, colorful colors, and Dr. Eggman just rocks up in, like, the blacks and the grays and stuff. It does make sense. And, like, especially as you tend to associate the character with their color, I guess, to a degree. God, no one clip that out of context, please. But, like, when it comes to Sonic, you tend to kind of associate certain characters with certain colors. It's like you've got Knuckles already occupying the red spot, so provided Shadow's not in the movie, I guess it does make some sense to have Dr. Eggman rocking up in his black jacket, which looks
Yeah.
cool as fuck. There's no pretending it doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
it's a much cooler jacket than the first time, put it that way.
Well, we did get that beautiful little tease at the end of the first Sonic movie where he's offering and what we're assuming is Mushroom Hill, and he looks and sounds so much more Eggman.
Yeah,
And it's amazing. Like there are even some lines in there where he almost sounded like Mike Pollock.
there are.
Um,
Like, he's much more gravelly in that part. Like,
Yeah. It was a really fun scene, and I was just like, oh man, I can't wait for a movie full of this Eggman. And I don't know that we're gonna be getting that, but I'm still excited to see what they do with him.
I don't think he'll have hair again, though. Like, especially like judging.
Oh,
by the
that all got fried off when he went through the portal. We already saw that.
No, it showed
Well,
him
he was
shaving
also
it off.
shaving it off.
Yeah, he shaved it off with a rock.
There you go.
There's Eggman's midlife crisis. There we go. That's the name of the movie.
It is one of those things, though, where they take like quintessentially bald characters and then remove their hair in a very temporary way. It just takes me back to like Batman v Superman, when we finally got like bald Lex Luthor, but it's just because they shaved his head in prison. It's like, well, to be fair, what's to stop him from growing it back? Like,
Did you ever see X-Men
Just that midlife
Apocalypse?
crisis. He came back to Green Hills to buy a motorcycle.
X-Men Apocalypse had the stupidest way of taking away somebody's hair that I've ever seen.
oh, what was it again?
It was just like Apocalypse's like doomsday machine, just like he stopped having hair. It just like fell out of his head while stuff was happening. It was the only physical effect that I had on him.
Yeah,
But
it
I'm
was
just
just
impressed
powered
that
chemo.
someone-
It was so weird.
I'm
was
just impressed that
uh,
someone out there remembers X-Men Apocalypse.
I saw it one time. I remember the day because my dad. I was so sad because my at the time girlfriend had just broken up with me like a day or two before that, and so we were doing housekeeping stuff, and I'm doing some cleaning and everything, and my dad comes in. He's just like, hey, how you doing? You wanna go not think about things for a while? We got that new X-Men movie out, and so we went to go see X-Men Apocalypse, and the movie wasn't good, but I was happy to be there with Dad watching a silly comic book movie. It was better than not being there.
Imagine getting dumped. Couldn't be me.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Dangly parts.
Oh man. Glad we can laugh at our friends' pain. Anyway, as I say, just dismissively. I'm sorry. Oh God. Okay, well, I think we've said about pretty much all we can say with the movie stuff, but we did have a couple of things like every now and then, like when there's not a whole lot of news. We did have a guest we want to get on there. He's just busy today, so hopefully we'll get him on next week. But there are some things that I think have kind of sprouted up ever since Colors kind of dropped. And one of those topics, especially for me, being the old man I am, has been just kind of looking back at what has actually been going on with Sega for the last 4 years or so in terms of the Sonic franchise. Because, and I get it, again, like the video's not out yet, but like I kind of get into it a little bit with my script. I'm a little disappointed that Colors released in the state it did, because it feels like it was just like decided to do this last year at some point, and it makes me wonder what happened with Sonic Mania. Why didn't we get Sonic Mania 2? Like that seemed like the slam dunk obvious thing to happen, but it didn't.
Like, if you want to introduce new people to the Sonic series, why not hand them something that's like
Sonic.
It's 2D crystal meth in a package.
I mean, to be fair, I guess they didn't want to serve them out something that feels outdated for like their first installment. They wanted to show something that kind of reflects more what the future of the Sonic franchise could be like.
Right. So you
But-
do that with an 11-year-old Wii game. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
I know. I find it funny as well. But like here's what I'm kind of saying here is like, if Sega really wants to commit to modern Sonic being the main Sonic, I get it. It makes sense to kind of show them what they consider is the best of what the modern Sonic has to offer. But like, I think they're also doing the same kind of treatment with the Sonic Origins collection, in that's a little taste of the classics. But yeah, no, like I was thinking this at the time Sonic 1 came out. Like I remember when I was watching the end credits of the movie, I was thinking they should make a Mania DLC where they just swap out the Sonic and Robotnik character models with the movie versions.
I mean, as much effort as they put into the new stuff for colors, that's right. Yeah,
I don't
that'd be
I think
do
it's
it like
that
Mortal
idea.
Kombat. Do it Mortal Kombat style, where it's just like
They're just
images that they're-
digitized in.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing though, right? Like,
Oh my god, that would make me think. Okay, have any of you played the Street Fighter movie game?
no.
I
But
own it.
once.
Okay.
Of course you do.
So everybody knows that like Street Fighter was at least Street Fighter 2 was one of the most like fluid fighting games of its era. And then
yeah.
and then the Street Fighter movie comes out, so the Street Fighter movie game comes out, and it is the stiffest, most unresponsive game, and instead of giving us the characters built as they already were, because those assets already existed, they digitized the characters from the movies and put them in. And it was
because
It was Mortal Kombat.
Wasn't there one character that they only had like the actor there for like a day or something, and they didn't get enough images of him?
Yes, yeah, that's true. Hang on,
Yeah.
move this up so my dog can sit with us.
So I think
Aw.
Ghost is our
doing a
special
Mania
guest
2.
today.
doing a Mania 2, even if it's not necessarily Mania 2, but like just another, classic Sonic style game from the Mania
Right.
team. It
Yeah,
seems
that's
like
the thing,
such a
yeah.
no-brainer. Like a no-brainer business model for Sega would be. They're right now at a point where they're releasing like a modern Sonic game every 5 years or so. It would make so much sense if in that interim period we got classic Sonic style games. That way we could have them running in tandem. I know a lot of people would say, oh, but that means there's going to be way more classic games than modern games.
And
But if it means that the modern games are bigger, and if it means that Sonic fans remain occupied for that time being, and as well as that, it means that Sonic fans of both eras are getting what they want, then it works. The problem that we're getting is, well, the problem that we had, especially in like 2017, was that we had classic Sonic and Sonic Mania and 2D gameplay. And then we had classic Sonic and Sonic Forces and lots of 2D gameplay.
we've
What you need-
always had more
Yeah.
classic Sonic games happening than 3D though. Like anybody who makes that complaint would be ignoring the fact that between Adventure 2 and Heroes, we had 3 fucking Sonic Advance games. Anybody
Yep.
who makes that complaint ignores that from Heroes to Shadow the Hedgehog, or from Heroes to 06, we had 2 Sonic Rush games. Like,
Yeah, so
Any-
Sega should
No,
totally reconsider that business model and bring it back. I mean,
like,
even
we've
if
already done it. It worked before. Do
well,
it again.
the thing
Yeah.
that's kind of stifling that though is the end to the handheld gaming market.
And,
Like-
and that's the thing is, this actually reminds me. Just a couple weeks ago, Scott the Waz, no relation, he actually did a little video about 2D games versus 3D, and he got into handhelds. And when consoles started moving on to 3D, 2D games, because they were starting to become a little cheaper and less intensive compared to what console games were doing at the time. For a while, there was almost this stigma towards 2D games that they were just strictly handheld and that they were in some ways lesser than the 3D ones. I mean, just look at the reception of Metroid Dread. All the detractors that were coming out there being like, $60 for a 2D game? What is this? It looks stupid. And I'm just like, yo,
You shut your disrespectful mouth. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And
Just like, go
it's,
back to your fucking corner, kid. That's the kind of where
Like,
you're
I
at.
also will say, like, they shouldn't necessarily keep it to just classic Sonic either. Like, if it could be that, like, okay, the next big modern 3D Sonic game is in the next 5 years, you could have Sonic the Hedgehog 5, you could have Sonic Mania 2, you could have Sonic Rush 3, you could, really build on those kind of things. Like, I would love to see another Rush style Sonic game. Like, get dimps back in. I know that the handheld gaming market has kind of put things like dimps and stuff to bed, but I think Sega should probably realize by now that there is a market for those kinds of games on consoles.
It's important to damn, I really just gotta get this video out because we are touching on points I spent hours on with this script.
I'm excited for this video.
So I mean, it's important to realize like we don't actually know who at Dimps has a lot of experience with Sonic under their belt, but if perfect world, we have people who worked on the Rush series still at Dimps, they should have handed off colors to them. We remember the Zippo leaks where he was predicting that Dimps was working on a Sonic thing. They weren't. And that's who I would have given it to. Like we've talked about 100 times before. Like, hey, there are teams that Sega's worked with that really understands what they're doing. And again, we need to emphasize when we say Mania 2, we don't mean like a literal sequel to Mania. That would be a smart choice. We just mean like, why are they not utilizing Christian Whitehead and his team on some capacity? I mean, it's
low budget.
mind-boggling.
The money practically makes itself. Like, and I mean, like, I don't think it should be Mania 2 either. Like, because I would rather have a new 2D Sonic game with all new levels, like an entirely new level selection.
I 100% agree. I think honestly, some of the best levels in Sonic Mania 1 were the original ones, and I think that some of those new ideas that they had, like Press Garden, good lord, that's one of my favorite Sonic levels ever now. It's gorgeous.
It's a really good level. Yeah.
The music is fantastic. The visuals are so good, and it's just a blast to play through. It's got these little mechanical bits and pieces in there that just make it so interesting. Little platformer in like environmental hazards, like jumping onto tree trunks that are like getting pushed into a grinder and stuff like that. Little things like that. If they can let that flow into its own game, like give me a game that is nothing but that, just letting their imagination run wild.
Also, like maybe have the Mania team or anyone on the Mania team that knows how to do 3D, have them do like a small 3D game between major releases. Like, I just think like Sega should keep their mind open to having smaller releases between the big ones. The problem is right now, even the big releases feel like small releases. Like, take your time on the big release. Don't make a Forces 2, make an Unleashed 2, and then have Mania 2s between that waiting period. Simple.
It's yeah, I mean, like we know Whitehead has showed like he's toyed around with like 3D engines and stuff like that years ago. He showed up on Twitter and that. And the guy clearly loves this hedgehog, and he's got some really cool ideas with how to interact with it. Yeah, I mean, like you keep someone like that on your payroll, but I'm seeing some old school Sega of Japan arrogance with this franchise when they desperately don't know what they're doing, and half the time they're releasing a Sonic game, it's them apologizing to the game press saying, "Don't worry, we got it this time, guys. We swear." So
I saw a tweet not that long ago. I'm sorry, were you gonna say something, Suris?
I'm trying. Okay, so I'm trying to find the actual number of copies of games that Forces sold versus Mania, and a lot of the information I'm finding is either conflicting or somewhat obscure. But you have to wonder. From what I'm seeing, it looks like Forces somehow managed to sell about 5 million copies between all the platforms it's on.
Mm-hmm.
And Mania sold about 1 million copies across all the platforms that it's on. But at the same time, I have to wonder how much actual revenue does that translate to? Because Forces was discounted as soon as it came out and has been thoroughly discounted past then, whereas Mania released as a $20 game, and it's maintained that outside of infrequent sales. So I'm trying to think, because I know that part of the conversation is like a Mania 2 or a Mania 2 style game prints money for Sega because it's easy to make and it sells a bajillion units and blah, 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 blah. So I'm sitting here like, okay, how can we actually quantify this as opposed to pulling it out of our butts? And now I'm finding that it's really hard to quantify this because none of the numbers are consistent, and it's infuriating.
that million, I really don't think that one's accurate by any stretch of the imagination, and people pull that out of their ass all the time when they're saying, well, see, no one actually likes classic Sonic anymore. Like, no, you dumb bitch. Like, that's let's consider operating costs on top of everything else, and distribution, and the fact that this thing got a secondary release with Plus. There's something with that release that resonated with people, and more importantly, like, yeah, the longevity of the game's power is still there. Like, it is still flaunted all the time whenever Sega's showing off the Sonic franchise. Like, anytime they do like Luna or like, hey, we're bringing some Sonic stuff over, they ain't doing it with Forces. So
I think go ahead.
It's one of those things where, like, I know that when it comes to Sonic discourse, the fandom is always fighting, right? Like, we've always got something that we're at each other's throats about where Sonic's concerned, and this is one of those things where I'm like, this is such an easy thing to talk about without data. And as I'm looking as I'm looking for the data on this, and I'm not finding specifically things where it's just forces, because like the numbers data with forces is putting stuff like Football Manager and other things from Sega in the exact same like quarters and shit. So it makes me wonder, how many times do you think this exact conversation has happened in the Sonic fandom and nobody has known what the hell they're talking about?
More than likely.
My thing with Sonic Mania, because we have seen the discourse, we've seen a lot of people that want to hold on to things like Forces or the couple of other games that have come out before that, specifically the 3D ones, and then when they see all of the praise that Mania gets, the immediate backlash, comes pretty soon after, where it's just like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of nostalgic old men clinging onto your 2D games, yada yada. My whole thing is that Sonic Mania should not exist separately from future 3D games. In the same way that Sonic Adventure 1 learned lessons from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think the next 3D game needs to learn from Sonic Mania and a possible sequel to that. They need to take a look at everything that's good about the 2D side of Sonic. They need to slow the hell down and, figuratively, and just kind of like figure out which mechanics are going to work for a 3D setting, almost kind of start from scratch and redefine what a 3D Sonic game is, in my opinion. And it's like, it reminded me of a tweet that I saw like earlier this week where somebody said, I was sat down to demo a game, and it started with the Sega staff saying, hey, don't worry, we've learned our lesson. We're bringing back the classic Sonic gameplay everybody wants. And 6 minutes later, we were being introduced to something called a werehog. It's like... it's like... I feel like they don't know what classic parts of Sonic work. And even Sonic Mania took a lot of those elements that worked in something like, the Genesis and Sega CD, like those Sonic games, and it still evolved it. It isn't just a nostalgia pandering trip. They actually did some creative stuff with the formula. They played around with the mechanics. And
a funny
that's something...
springboard also for like your Unleashed point is like, when it comes to like reviving, say, classic Sonic, Sega have also proven that they don't really know what people liked about it in the past as well. When it was like, Sonic 4 is the sequel we've been waiting for, 16 years or something? And then Sonic 4 comes along. It's like they clearly didn't really notice what it was about the classics other than the fact that it's in 2D.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking, like, what I want to see going forward is a 3D Sonic game, but with the amount of care and intricacy that Sonic Mania has. Because, like, it is frustrating being, like, a modern Sonic fan, someone who generally prefers the 3D stuff, and hearing, like, fucking classic Sonic Mania is the game to go towards and stuff. And But, like, the thing is, it's totally justified because the game is made with so much care and there's so much intricate attention to detail. And that's what makes the game so good. Not that it's classic Sonic, not that it's a 2D game. It helps. It's the marriage of those elements. But what makes Sonic Mania great is not that it's a return to classic Sonic. It's how carefully made it is. Like, so, yeah.
Well, another thing that actually really helped Sonic Mania, at least from my perspective, it's fucking simple, dude.
Yeah,
you just pop it in and you're like, okay, I'm here for some good vibes.
Oh, I even just mean, like, just mechanically, structurally, everything's simple. It's so straightforward. Versus, I don't know if it's good to just keep harping on Forces, but like, holy shit, they couldn't just land on an idea for that game. They had to throw everything at the wall, and very little of it stuck. And it's
there
just
has
like...
to be a through line. There has to be a vision. Like.
Yeah.
You can't make a Sonic game made by focus groups.
Not to mention, there's one thing that games like Mania and any future games that would copy Mania's formula do, that I hope they continue to do, that Forces just doesn't do, and that is the game gets the game's padding stuff. It gets the fuck out of the way and just lets you play it. Whereas the first time through Sonic Forces, if you've ever restarted your copy of that game, every single time you finish a level, here's this unlockable, here's this unlockable, here's this unlockable, and it's 5 to 10 times every single time you complete a level. Whereas,
there's that, and then there's the whole text box things, which persist throughout gameplay. Then afterwards, you have to skip through an abundance of walls of text, and it's like, no one, like, even a cutscene is better than a wall of text in a Sonic game. Nobody wants a wall of text in a Sonic game.
Yeah, because a cutscene at the very least is something that it's at the very least memorable and can be memorable. Like, I know when I go through and I play Unleashed or Sonic Adventure 2, I watch those cutscenes again because I like them. They are memorable things to me. But if you give me just a JRPG wall of text, I don't care. Especially not in a game like Sonic. And I sincerely hope that if we do get more classic games, if they decide, hey, let's go ahead and put more story focus in them, I'm all for that. But I also hope that those games at least have the decency to have that story be presented in such a way where it doesn't feel like it's in my way of enjoying their game.
100%.
So, here's the thing I keep talking about with Mania and classic Sonic and everything else in general when it comes to modern Sonic team. And I think people forget this. Just I don't know, maybe I'm just not explaining my point as well as I can. The importance of these games isn't the fact that we are retreating back to what is safe and what is known. The importance of Mania to me is the fact that it understands what Sonic is at its foundation. And I think you need to understand that before you can build upon anything from there. When it comes to Sonic, I don't want him to stay in this bubble forever. I don't want to retreat to that. That's not why these games were so special to me, and that's not why 4 was as shitty as it was. Like 4 was as shitty as it was because it retreated away from every idea that made Sonic special and wasn't bold enough to bring something new to the table. Mania retreaded a lot of ground that we've been on before, and it does emulate a lot of like old school graphical design, but it also brings something new to the table. I don't recommend Mania as the first Sonic game anyone should play. People can, and it's fine on its own, but it works way better after you've beaten Sonic 2, 3, and hell, CD and 1 if you really want to jump there. But it builds on these ideas. It is a tougher game than the original classic games, and it's because it understands Sonic and it understands what Sonic is supposed to be. And I don't.
It assumes you understand that when you walk in too.
Well, it's not going to waste your time. Trying to placate to Mario fans or desperately try new ideas that have nothing to do with Sonic.
I will say this. I do think, and this is where it's going to get a bit controversial, but Sonic.
Oh God!
And then he died. Okay, cool.
Someone took out Pup. Oh my God!
Did someone just put Pup down? Oh my God!
What just happened?
He's dead.
I'm sorry. No, sorry. No, I'm back. Okay, every single episode, without fail, there is a point where my headphone jack or headset jack just unplugs itself, and I have to plug back in. And usually it happens at a time where I'm not mid-sentence, which is great. But this time it got me. But okay, so. Something I was going to say is I think a big problem with Sonic in the 2010s was the Marioification of Sonic, as I call it. If you look at Sonic Colors, it's very much the Mario Galaxy of Sonic. It's very much a game where it's like, you played Mario Galaxy, you might like this. You look at Sonic Lost World, it's very much the Super Mario 3D world of Sonic. You like that game? Here's this one. I think that's subsided. Sonic Forces is evidence that Sonic is moving back into being Sonic again. Even if they got it completely wrong, it at least didn't have any Marioification there. And I think from the looks of like the Sonic 2022 advert, we're back in photorealistic forest again. It doesn't look Mario anymore. And I think like one of the biggest foreign elements that the 2010s introduced to Sonic was that, hey, if you like Mario, you might like this aspect. If Sega are moving away from that, I think they're moving in a good direction. I think Mania might have given them a bit more confidence in Sonic as Sonic, and I think that's kind of how it should be. Because, like, put it this way. Mario fans are not looking for another Mario. They've got Mario. There's not going to be a better Mario than Mario. Sonic should just be Sonic. And I think Sonic Forces, as much as it bugged it up, as much as it is the worst of the Sonic-y Sonic, it's still Sonic-y Sonic, if you get what I'm saying.
So I would agree with you if Sonic Colors Ultimate wasn't a thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel that.
This is what they're bringing in. It's like, okay, they're new movie fans. This is how we want to introduce you to Sonic the Hedgehog. It's been
forces.
You like the Sonic movie? We want to introduce you to Mario.
Well, that's the last time. Well, I mean, Generations obviously what got great praise, but they're like, well, this got great praise. Well, this will be an easy win during the pandemic when everything's going nuts and we don't have anything ready to go with a new game. That aside, though, I mean, the Mariofication, this or that, and the other, Sonic Forces is, I think it misunderstands Sonic the same way Sonic 4 did. I have no confidence in Sonic Team right now. I think they might put out something safe, but it's going to be the Illumination of a game franchise. It's not going to be the Pixar of it.
Didn't they also move production to America though? Like, are they not like
they're
from what I heard,
restructuring again?
Yeah,
and
it's
we'll
a different
see.
Sonic Team. We'll have to see. Fingers crossed. Still got Izuka, but like,
no, I was just like, I mean, again, man, like after Ultimate, it's just like it's the same shit over and over and over again, and it's been this for a very long time. The problem with Sonic isn't him being in 3D; it's the people running things in 3D don't know what the fuck they are doing. And I think ever since Adventure 1 and 2, we've been kind of desperate to get back to Sonic confidently working with a Z-axis. And I think it goes beyond art direction. It goes beyond what the cutscenes are doing. Because for me, and it's always going to be the case, gameplay is king. And I'm not seeing once outside of like the boost formula that they are confidently bringing something to the table. And even with boost, that works as well as it does because it removes so much of the 3D element from the older games. So I know I'm sounding very negative here. Like I'm very curious about Rangers, and I want to see what it plays out. And I really hope these restructures do something because we are still fresh with some of these ideas. Pandemics slowed us down, and a few other things, but classic Sonic is still around, and it's a separate thing. And I still like the initial idea we all had, which was going to be like, okay, 3D is going to be a thing, and classic's going to be its own thing. And maybe it sucks that it's like two separate dimensions if they're still known that. But like, obviously, like these are two core parts of the franchise going forward. But you know, man, like it's just they haven't confidently shown me they know what to do with a Z-axis yet. And anytime they do, recently, they're trying really hard to be Mario.
They're also trying to add loads of 2D to it, you know, like
Yep.
That's the thing is I'm game for more 2D Sonic games, but I also want more 3D in the 3D Sonic games.
Yeah, man. I feel like that kid, I mean, imagine just being like a hardcore Kirby fan and you've been stuck in that 90s desperation to see what your favorite character is going to do in 3D because that's all we all were doing back then. We were all just nobody wanted more 2D Mario. Nobody wanted more 2D Sonic. We love those games. We did not want any more of those games. We want to see how we could take these experiences into a literal new dimension. And that's what Mario did for us. And that's what Adventure eventually did for us as well. A little bit, you know, more unfocused. But I mean, the core Sonic stuff is just rock solid as far as I'm concerned.
Results vary.
And it kind of breaks my heart that they don't seem to understand what was so good about Adventure 1 and 2, you know? But
one thing that it's just like one thing I kind of want to get back to with the Sonic franchise. This is going to sound like a very strange thing, but like a lot of my favorite moments are when they just kind of let Sonic be a part of a world, and they, as fast as you're going and everything, it always takes enough time to just kind of establish where you are, if that makes sense. I think back to places like the Mystic Ruins. I think back to even some of the levels in like Sonic 06. I mean, let's be real. some of those landscapes are gorgeous. Like, I want to be in those places. I want to run around in like the dark, rainy forests and stuff like that in Sonic. I mean, we're getting a little bit of that in what I guess Rangers.
Yeah.
Now that's not going to be the end all be all, but it's just like, if you let the world and the levels be a part of Sonic as much as he's like running around through them, I think that helps. Whereas with Forces, it just kind of felt like everything was an action set piece and not an actual place.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
felt like you were actually in the world. I mean, like if you look at like the Metropolis stage and like the Sunset City stage, it looks like they're two. It looks like they're on two completely different worlds. Like there is no uniformity between those two places, but also just like, yeah, it feels like every place you're in is an action sequence as opposed to actually being a world that actually breathes. If Sonic Rangers is anything like some of the rumors I've heard and like all the descriptions, like there's an open world thing, that it has some levels within there, that it's got bosses that inhabit the open world, including La from Sonic Unleashed, Mephiles the Dark.
I
Like
hope.
Okay.
that sounds
Great.
that sounds like the best goddamn game ever made. But like, you know, like, but like, I'm liking these rumors, like the idea that like different enemies from Sonic's history will be inhabiting this world. There'll be one way of making
That
up for
sounds
Force's
like
false advertisement.
that reeks of
It reeks of
fake
fanboy.
Sonic rumor.
It
I mean,
yeah,
every time
I
they're
agree.
fake, it's be like they're bringing back a lot of things that you really want. Like, no, they're not. No, they're not.
Although I do like the idea of facing off against the ghosts from Sonic Unleashed in
Yeah.
gameplay. Like the idea that a part of that open world could be like a haunted area or something. That could be like, make that open world feel almost like a giant Disneyland, except it's not an amusement park run by Mickey Mouse.
It's
like
not
a place-
Eggman Land.
So there
Interstellar
is
Eggman amusement park.
So there is a Wild West in the Sonic world. So there is a I don't know what else exists on planet Earth.
Go
I
outside
mean,
and touch grass. Find out.
So there is a Wild West. So there is an Outback. Have it so that Sonic can run from the
There's
Outback.
Outback Steakhouse. Perfect.
What else exists in
I
the
just-
world? Wyoming. Make
Giant
it so that
casino
Sonic-
city.
Wyoming.
have Sonic be able to run from his equivalent to Wyoming to his equivalent to the Wild West to his
West.
equivalent to the Australian Outback to his man. I really
So
do. Just
you want
think the world
Sonic?
is a-
You want a Sonic mod in the crew? Is what I'm hearing.
I kind of just
Man.
realized that my idea of the world is just the desert, but
Basically, Puppet, you're basically just wanting a slightly more a very slightly more grounded Unleashed is what that sounds like in terms of like
but like have it so that you can get there on foot. There could be like a big bridge or a train. The Eurostar headed to Sunset City will be departing soon.
so
I mean,
just like we have with
actually,
06 and
racing games have been embracing that for a while now. You know, I've been very confused why Sonic has never followed that formula when they bring in so many other elements of arcade racers for boost. They instead like pad it out with like super sluggish gameplay or classic stuff that just barely does the trick for one game at least, but still isn't like actual proper classic. Like, I mean, why not follow Burnout Paradise or The Crew or and you know, add in some Tony Hawk in there as well, so you have some fun in the open world. Like, we have the capabilities to have games this big running this well, but
I love the idea
yeah.
that Sonic could just be scampering along the sunny beaches of Russia, and then he could just take a boost and run into the ocean. Screen fades to white, and then you just rock up in a whole other place.
I just want, or just like running through it like a proper open field, like kind of teasing what
Yeah,
Planet
so
Twist
like
did.
you don't
So-
get on the Mars Electric and pick your country or continent or whatever. You actually did. I really just suggest that Russia has sandy beaches?
You might have.
Does it? Are there any Russians here that would like to clarify? It must do. It's not all snow and bears, is it?
Well, here's the thing.
Well, it's
here's the
also
thing I
broken
worry
glass.
about the next Sonic game more than anything else. I think it's going to be open world because they're just following gaming trends,
That would
and
be a
they
good
are
move,
at the
Yeah.
very least trying to take it seriously. My concern is what they are bringing gameplay wise into this world. That's always been the issue with Sonic Team for me. They don't understand basic momentum in a 2D format. I don't know if they really understand it in a third dimension as well.
Put it
Like,
this way.
that's got to feel good more than
If-
anything else.
You know
If they
what
give
would,
Sonic an energy meter and make him have to eat, I will get upset.
you know what would be kind of cool?
get a chili
in,
dog
like,
to boost.
You want to run fast? You gotta
Just,
build up your energy first.
And just when he boosts, you just hear him rip a fat one. Now,
Oh my god!
Continue, Wayne. Sorry.
Something that just kind of kept popping back into my mind when I'm thinking of like an open world Sonic game when you're going between all these different hubs and stuff like that, where you've got these larger locations that are all around the world, maybe across different worlds, is that maybe as you progress through the game, you unlock the ability um to like access new little gates that you can just start speed running through to get to the other locations faster, like almost instantaneously. If you guys played like God of War on the PS4, that game has a really interesting system where
Yes.
warping between areas, it's all seamless. It's
I
all
love
happening
that
in real
game.
time. There's not a loading screen to be seen unless you die. And it's just like you step into this gate, you enter this little like transition world, and then you come out the other side and you're in the location you were trying to get to. And it's
such an
super
immersive
cool.
experience. Like they need that for Sonic. They need
Yeah.
a super immersive experience. Like,
And I feel like something like that could work perfectly for a Sonic game, especially something that's going on this huge quest line where you can just like you're running around in this foresty area, you're going through temples that is mandatory, that has to be in the next Sonic game, and then you find a gate and you unlock it and you burst through it. You're in this little transition-y area, and then when you come out the other side, you're just in the new location, and there's no loading between it. You're just getting that sense of speed and everything, and that I want
So
that.
you're suggesting and I'm sorry, I stepped away to let my dog out. You're suggesting a game that actually utilizes current hardware power to its full extent.
as if Sonic would do
well,
that.
well, even the PS4 was able to do that with God of War, is why I brought that up. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank did do it a lot more seamlessly with the like solid state drivers of the PS5. But I mean, it could be done even on PS4, even on Switch. I think honestly, depending on how they do it, the Switch is not as underpowered as a lot of people seem to think it is.
No,
It's
it's
not,
not.
but I do think they need to reconsider treating that like a handheld and trying to embrace what would be good for that system as opposed to, like bringing out the full potential of like the Series X and the PS5.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings me back to the initial question, which is what's going on with Mania 2. I kind of feel like that'd be a decent home for it. Would be on the Switch if they ever brought that back. But I mean, let's just live in a world where they finally figure out what makes a good 3D Sonic game and bring that going forward.
Eventually.
Do you think then the fan base, like once we have like a confident, 3D Sonic game, the fan base will kind of quit being so riled up and we would be more
No.
open to them?
No.
Here's the thing. The
Never.
Sonic fan base is sufficiently large and sufficiently polarized that even when you have a perfectly good game, you're going to have people who are going to complain and bitch. So here's my prediction. We get a perfect 3D Sonic game, and then we get a Mania 2. So we have like a perfect 2D game, a perfect 3D game. The fans of the storybook games are going to freak the fuck out. Where's our third storybook game?
That's fair.
It's
Fans
not,
of
who
the-
gives a
nobody
shit?
cares,
Who
right?
actually gives a
Boost
shit?
Era, fans of the Colors era
The,
will be
well,
like,
Nick,
that's
the storybook
where's that
fans
gone?
care.
like
I think everyone understands like that is good and dead. Like nobody's expecting that to come back.
Okay,
Right, but here's the thing.
Colors era fans will be like, "Where's the 2D in this 3D Sonic game? What the fuck?"
Or they're gonna go, where's my where's my actual boost gameplay? They're gonna start lamenting about the best era of boost gameplay. If we get a game that's perfect in every way, but it doesn't have a melodramatic story, your adventure fans are gonna be freaking out about the fact that they don't have their thing that's they're satisfied. The issue with the Sonic franchise is that it has spent so long without a good core identity that you have multiple different fans on polarized opposite ends, almost like they're arguing about politics, because there is no way to satisfy them all, because as opposed to Mario, which with a few spin-offs aside has consistently given people one thing and one thing well, that's not what Sonic's done. And so everybody's got this little thing that they like, and it's so easy to disappoint them.
See, that's what I've kind of been saying, like little low budget installments between the big ones.
So I
They can have their big
understand.
ones to play it safe with a uniform play style. Have the little low budget ones.
Okay,
give you
all right,
that
yeah, we know. We've covered that point. I just think that if we had these two things like being confidently built as well as they are. Like obviously no fan base is going to be completely satisfied, but it is pretty prominently like either toxic or just aggressive in the Sonic fan base at times, especially when we have a shoddy product that is so split down the middle there, because like Sonic Colors is good enough, as a game on its own, but like the more hardcore fan base, like we're going to notice like the unforgivable like glitches and stuff that they put in there. I just feel like if they just put out good stuff, we would have a much tamer fan base. And I think that's a fairly obvious solution, right? I'm just saying, like, I think at this point it's okay for us to be like, be mad at Sega, like be properly mad at the management team for treating this like a low budget project. It I guess like just in the last couple weeks specifically too. I mean, you guys know how frustrated I've been with a lot of the fans and everything else, and that's kind of come out of me, and I don't like that about me. Even after all this time, like I'm not above any of that, and I think it just comes down to Sega not caring as much as we do. It drives me nuts, man.
I think we just above all else need a Sonic game that, pushes the boundaries a little bit, Like, that was the whole thing with like Sonic on the Mega Drive, Sonic on the Dreamcast, stuff like that, is he always pushed to be like the prime current gen experience.
Yep.
And like if you go into
yeah.
the PlayStation 4 in particular, like does Forces really show what the console can do? No. Now I get that it has to meet the demands of the Switch, but it doesn't even push what that can do either. Like, so like, yeah, they need to just show what they can do with their hardware.
It kind of sucks because they understood even back then, like you go. I mean, they always did. Obviously, like there's a bigger delineation between like the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube, but even with the Wii, they understood like have a separate development team make the different Unleashed. They understood that, and I don't think they're going to do that anymore. I think it's just going to be like it has to work on the Wii, but also it's going to be on everything else. So
yeah, so they kind of have to work from the ground up on that. It's a little sad to me that Sonic is just kind of stuck now. Is kind of where he's at.
It does make me wonder though. Because I mean, yeah, I guess we don't really have much else to say. Like, where's Mania 2 or where's Christian Whitehead or anything like that. I think we're all on the same page. I like Pup said, like have them work on something in between that doesn't cost as much as a bigger budget 3D game, and put that out there to placate either older fans or just current fans that like everything in between the larger things.
One thing I was going to say with that before you kind of
sorry
shut me up last time was that they could use those smaller games as opportunities to do little returns to certain playstyles that have previously been abandoned, such as the storybook things. You could get your Sonic and the Black Knight 2 out of that. I think it's unlikely. I think the storybook thing is dead. But they could
out of a 2D.
You couldn't revisit.
No, not necessarily. That's what I was saying in that previous point, was that you could do lower budget projects, not necessarily 100% for classic Sonic in 2D.
Okay, so I've not played Black Knight.
I haven't either.
I have.
Do people genuinely like the gameplay style, or are people just like they really kind of latch on to Sonic getting real there for a minute at the end, like having that really humanizing ending?
Oh, nobody knows, Nick. The only thing that matters is that they're going to fervently defend their game without elaborating on any of the points that actually highlight the qualities of it.
Into the side of the Sonic fandom, what I was going to say is I think on paper, the idea of Sonic jumping into worlds of like fabled storybooks and fairy tales isn't a terrible idea for a series.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I could elaborate on the things that I enjoyed as apparently the one person in this group that's played the damn thing.
Yeah, go on, beat up Wayne. Go on, Suris.
I don't know. Wayne, have you played it?
Not all the way through.
Okay.
There you fucking go, see?
Okay, so here's the thing. There's a bunch of things that Black Knight does really, really well, and a bunch of things that it abysmally fails on. Storyline-wise, Black Knight's great. It really does have a compelling story, and the way that it recontextualizes several of the characters, outside of the one point where Knuckles is screaming about how he's going to commit suicide because of honor, is that part was weird. But outside of that, the way that it recontextualizes a lot of the characters is really, really good, and it's a fun time for that. The Sonic being real at the end there with Merlina, that's a favorite thing for a reason. But outside of that, gameplay wise, the game's fine. It's not this is a game that came out at the same time as Unleashed did, and or not at the same time, but like I think it was like 1 year after Unleashed came out, we got Black Knight. And as a game, it functions perfectly fine. It's not as janky as Sonic and the Secret Rings is. I also like Secret Rings, but the game runs off the same engine. So whereas Secret Rings tried to shoehorn in motion control for Sonic, Black Knight takes the motion control stuff and grafts it onto a joystick, so it feels a little unnatural. But graphically, the game pushed the Wii very, very far, like way more than it had any right to. Gameplay wise, aside from polish issues where certain things didn't feel as good as they could, there are ideas in it that I think worked really well. Like, say your homing attack with Sonic allows you to chainsaw with your sword. That's just an extension of what a Sonic spin dash in midair would be anyway, and that's something we'd been seeing in comic books and stuff for a while. So, like, stuff like that, it again, it's recontextualizing a lot of those characters in a way that's just neat. What's up?
Sorry, this is a weird point. I just thought of this. This does not matter in the slightest, but I'm curious now. Sonic and the Black Knight, is that the first time we ever saw Sonic in-game with a chili dog?
Yes.
But
After that was
No, it was mentioned prior, Rose, wasn't it, Pup?
Well, Sonic in Sonic Unleashed, they did directly reference that chili dogs are his favorite at the store.
Yeah.
But if you want to see him actually in a cutscene with a chili dog,
it's
Black
that and
Knight
then
is his best.
Generations.
Of all the places.
Yep.
So weird.
That's what they're bringing from Western media is the chili dog.
But it was I don't know. It's a game that I would. Jesus, Wayne's dying over there.
I just want like I want to do a version of Nick's avatar now that's just punished apologist.
I mean, robotization, more like an engaging, fight between Robotnik and Sonic's pals, all the freedom fighters.
Sonic hooking up with Fiona.
Chili dogs. That's the thing that needs to come in. But no, I'll say this: the other great thing about Black Knight, and it may sound weird, you can beat that game in 2 hours, and it's not because the levels are significantly short, like Forces levels or anything. It's just that if you sit down and you play it like a classic Sonic game, it is as long as a classic Sonic game, with the levels not being. Again, they're not like 30-second levels like in Forces. They're properly paced Sonic levels, but it lets you go through it.
Generations.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much. If you took the padding out of Generations, you'd get Black Knight. Because with Black Knight, a lot of the padding stuff is sitting there on the side.
Even with padding in Sonic Generations, you can still beat it in about 2 hours. Like,
it's a really short game. Yeah.
I mean, that's something
I consider a good thing.
I would like Sega to, and I know it's a very difficult thing to do with Sonic, because he is fast at the end of the day. But if they said, like, the next Sonic game is going to be 6 to 8 hours long, I would be thrilled and over the moon. Because I want that. It's not 2004 anymore. I mean, 1994 anymore. Like, I would like a long Sonic game.
I think focusing too much on trying to make more hours out of our lives is I think this is a matter of, again, like, it comes down to who's making the game, because there are a lot of game designers and developers that understand how to extend the value of your product and spend more time with it. And again, I don't think Sonic Team quite gets that. I think that was probably my biggest problem with the last 10 years of Sonic. Oh no, I'm going to throw Unleashed in there as well. I consider that all part of the same. Because that's when management kind of switched over,
trying to pull more hours out of the franchise.
But they don't do it in fun ways. I think Colors did a pretty solid job in terms of the red rings and their distribution, but like the act structure is very
this is what
Very
I'm kind of
sloppy.
saying, is I would like them to kind of go, like, I do see it as kind of an improvement from Unleashed. Like, Unleashed is one of my favorites. I'm not going to fucking pretend it's not, but I will say this, it makes more sense to, have a Sonic game where you're consistently going fast. I understand the frustration with Unleashed at the time it came out, but, like, I would like to see them reach 8 hours of Sonic gameplay on the Sonic gameplay, like have an 8-hour long
Right.
Sonic Colors effectively. Now, the problem with that is, as I've said in the past, you can make massive levels and Sonic will just speed through them in minutes, and that's an issue. But it's
Mhm.
like, if they're going to take their time with it, if they're going to have an unprecedented wait time for the next Sonic game, I would like them to be able to achieve that. Achieve a 6 to 8 hour long Sonic game that is
Yeah.
going fast the entire time.
I
I
think there's means to do it. I just don't know if they've figured out how to do it.
honestly, the one thing for me that really gets me with Sonic is I think that there needs to be a better emphasis on replayability versus initial playthrough.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
that's where I'm at as well. I prefer a Sonic game that's, if it's going to be short, give me a reason to play it again.
I
and
do agree
again.
with that.
I
Like,
cannot tell you.
Generations, I still play it
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
Colors
Wayne-
and Generations have replayability in spades. Force
Wayne-
is worst of both worlds. Short, no replayability.
I
Go
was
on.
going to say Wayne finished the point though.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, yeah, no, I mean, that's essentially what I was gonna say. I mean, I've played through like the Chemical Plant Zone, or like shoot, what's the name of it? It was from Sonic Adventure 1, the city one. Shoot,
Speed
blanking on
Highway.
that. Speed Highway in Sonic Generations is amazing. I love that level, and I played through it so many times because it's just like obsessively going through it over and over and over, just perfecting my run and everything like that. I've gotten more time out of that than out of the longest Sonic games. It's like, if you can give me a short, like 4-hour game like Revengeance, but you make it fun as shit, I'm gonna play that more than like anything else that's like 60 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if they just made the rating system a little more challenging to sort through and give you a couple different kinds of collectibles through that level, or I mean all of those levels, I think that would have extended the playtime by just maybe just a couple hours here and there. But I think it would have been enough to really help you out there because like I really do think the rating system really did brilliantly help extend the playtime of 3D Sonic going forward.
Mm-hmm. I
So
mean, like, I even to this day, I'll go back up and I'll do Emerald Coast from Sonic Adventure 1. I adore that level, and just finding new ways to speed through it, and I guess kind of break the level, and just kind of like find the little invisible walls and break through barriers, and just go through it faster and faster. It's so much fun, and I
Oh, yeah.
wish that more levels in Sonic felt like little playgrounds. Whereas, like, I can't remember a single level from Forces. I can't remember like much from Colors either. And that's again like just kind of coming off as somebody who's only experienced Colors Ultimate and the way that it was supposed to be released, I guess. I guess I'm talking about the base game too. I don't remember much of that game fondly. I don't dislike it, but it's just not that memorable to me. It was okay.
no.
And I miss being amazed by Sonic games, and that's even like I didn't play Sonic Generations for the first time until last year, and that game like blew me away, and I just want more of that.
Yeah. I think it's where a lot of us are, where we're like, this is where it always comes back to this. Regardless of the individual things we want as players of this franchise, we all want the same thing. We want Sonic games to not only be good, but we want them to be good enough to where people have reason to turn their heads and watch. When you're playing a game like Sonic Unleashed for the first time and somebody's coming up and watching you play it, at least the daytime levels, there's something just mystifying about watching that game in motion the first time.
It
When
really is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nuts, man.
when
Yeah.
you're because I remember even the Wii version of the game, with as graphically downgraded as it is, I would go up to the local card shop and I would play that trying to S rank levels in the middle of doing tournaments, and people would just come by and watch and just be mystified at what that game was showing on display. And again, this is the Wii version of the game, an infinitely less graphically developed, less fluid version, still was a head turner. When you go and you play the adventure games and you're doing those levels in your actual, like, you have a flow state, just it is stupendous to watch somebody who's got the way to play those levels down just zip through them. And that's something that we want to see going forward, not just with somebody who's mastered one of those games, but with just how it feels to watch somebody play them. We want to see the games be good, and we want to see them be good enough to where they're a spectacle because they're that damn impressive. And Sonic used to do that so often. But
I think they understand the spectacle side of things. I think that the boost games probably have done that. I would argue probably almost better than most of the other games. Just strictly speaking, spectacle wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that part's just nice and safe. I just think they need to figure out, everything in between all of that, which is what we're kind of hoping for. I mean, we just kind of pull from what we know, and yeah, an open world like that had some. I mean, yeah, you could do Mario, you could do Breath of the Wild, you could do that, but like bring in Tony Hawk as well. Bring in some ramps that make sense for Sonic and have that be like a platforming puzzle. Figure out how to boost your momentum up to a point where you can jump off walls, this or that, and the other to get, this certain collectible on the map. Like that's how you extend some time there, or as people are pointing out, like multiplayer and other sort of things like that as well.
Hey, there's
yeah, we just want a good Sonic game.
There's lots of ways to make Sonic work and work in a way that is impressive for viewers, because that's half of the problem right now. If you want to get people confident about Sonic games again going forward, the way to do that is not to make the bestest, most pleasing game of all time for everybody. The best way to do that is to make a good game that when somebody is playing it, the people who are watching want to play it too.
Oh yeah,
because when somebody's watching like Game Grumps go through a Sonic game, the thought in most people's heads is not, I want to play that too, that looks fun. It's, wow, Aaron's really suffering, this is hilarious. That's not what you want. You want your franchise to have notoriety, not infamy.
I'm just saying, I think a really cool idea for something they could do with the boost is so that the boost isn't actually usable until Sonic has reached top speed organically. So, like, you still have to build your momentum to Sonic's natural top running speed, but then the little boost meter lights up, and then you can hit the boost button, and it will actually do something.
I think you could do a few clever things with the boost if they really had to keep that stupid thing around.
I say keep it. Like, it is something that makes Sonic quite distinctive, and one of the most satisfying parts of any Sonic game for me is just smacking into a horde of badniks with your face.
I think just from the rumors we've heard, what I think would be kind of what would make sense to me is have that a clear delineation between the two, almost like Unleashed. Just instead of a werehog, something that makes more sense with Sonic. Like maybe it goes a little bit closer to Adventure 1 in the open world, and then like these smaller boost stages that we keep hearing about. That's where you can actually use the boost to its full extent, or like you had the boost bar or something along those lines. It's like just you keep those levels that are specifically designed around it, separated from the rest of whatever's happening on the map. You just make them both equally fun in their own measure and not completely divorced from one another. I know that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but in my head it does.
And it makes sense to me because there is a even in some of the earlier adventure games, there's an attempt to like divorce what makes Sonic and what makes other mechanics just separate in their own areas, and sometimes just finding a good way to go, hey, here's where the exploration is in the speed area, not is Knuckles' thing.
And that's I don't know. And like I'm already like double backing on something I'm saying in my brain, which is like, oh, we should split some stuff up here with Sonic. And then I thought about that, like, you just got done spending literally hours upon hours talking about your problems with Sonic Colors, and that was being yeah, I mean, you could take the same control set into two different formats of gameplay within the same level. I don't like how it feels, though. And when I think about classic Sonic, I think Sonic just feels good at whatever speed he's going at. And even Sonic 1, when there is so much traditional platforming in that game, you still have the same base mechanics and momentum and speed and jump floatiness and weight. And it always feels good. It just also looks super fucking cool when you're going at top speed, and it's very satisfying when you earn that speed. But I guess I don't know. I guess I'm just saying I just want a good 3D Sonic game.
We all want a good 3D Sonic game.
Yeah, I mean, I want nothing but the best for this series. That's not always going to be exactly up to par with my own expectations or my own desires or anything. But if the game is able to do something that impresses me, that it, is aside from my specific wants, I'm happy with that. I just want them to give a shit.
So, let's say we have the perfect 3D Sonic game.
Yep.
And we are happy and satisfied with that. Let's go back to that original point in the title of the thing here. And I know we always want to talk about the future of Sonic. I think that's just naturally where a lot of fans go to, because we always want to know what's going to happen next. And please, for the love of God, don't suck. But let's say we have that Sonic team has a handle on everything, and we bring back Christian Whitehead. What would you guys want from those guys? Like, personally, like if you don't want 2D, and if we got a Mania 2 sequel specifically, and they did play in some ideas there, what would you guys want from that?
Can I throw something really silly at the table?
Sure.
Can we get Adventure 1 and 2, but reimagined by the Whitehead team in 2D?
I'd love that. I would absolutely love that.
I want, like, instead of treasure hunting stages, you have, regular 2D gameplay with Knuckles. Your Sonic stages are obviously going to be as the exact same way that they normally are. I want to see how they would take on using, like, the mechs, making them a little more fluid, and maybe a little more like playing like a Mega Man game, maybe. Like, just
interesting. Okay.
Just go, hey, we're going to take this thing and we're going to take it for all it's worth, move it into 2D, and we're just going to make this ridiculously fun. Like, even if some of the things don't make sense, because again, like Eggman and Tails as mechs, they're not as agile as as any Mega Man character that you could potentially play. But I want them to do that anyway, because despite it not making as much sense within the context of Adventure, from the Whitehead team, I don't want the best context for everything. I want them to go, what's the best way we can make this fun?
Yeah.
I want a replacement Sonic 4. Call it Sonic 4. Like, you could say, oh, but that name's taken now. You got Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Sonic 4 Episode 2. Just have Sonic 4.
Just call it Sonic 4, It's About Time.
Just completely overwrite the original game. Just, ignore it.
Phantom Ruby dropped in there and just warped in. It's a Mania style.
I mean, now that the timelines have diverged and whatnot, if you want to call it that, post Forces World and all, have our other dimension classic Sonic go on a brand new adventure, or should I say, venture, and just make a new ass original game that is 1,000,000 times better than the original Sonic 4, and that can't be difficult because my foot is a better game than Sonic 4.
I would, what I wouldn't hate? I wouldn't hate. First off, I mean, the game was getting better. Episode 2 is, I mean, hands down better than 1. And I am frustrated because I really like the concept of like merging, like as a lot of fans do, like merging some older concepts in together to create something interesting, which is building the Death Egg around Little Planet. Like, what a cool concept. And nothing happened of it. I say let's skip episode 3. Let's call it Sonic 5. And we just place the game on that. That'd be dope.
Nah.
So Jesus.
What about you, Suris? What would you want from that branch of the franchise?
Wasn't I the one that said I wanted the 2D adventure game?
You are. Was it Wayne? Oh God, I get you guys.
Yeah, we've already heard from Linkara. Let's hear from Wayne.
First of all, I want to say that I hate Oni Plays.
Oh no! Oh no!
Come on, Scott. Let's hear from you. What do you say?
Oh, no.
God damn it! So hey, y'all, here to share my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog. I guess, like, would it have to be 2D?
It's just from the Whitehead team, like from that division of Sega stuff. It doesn't have to be 2D. Maybe Sonic Jam 2 for all we fucking care.
I mean, that's probably what they're doing. Let's be real.
This is gonna sound stupid, it's gonna sound whiny, and it's gonna sound privileged old man. I want them to basically make another Sonic adventure.
But you want it to be from Christian Whitehead?
Yeah, I want Christian Whitehead to just play through Sonic Adventure 1 like 50 times and then make a game.
That's the sound of me licking my lips at that idea.
You'll just
I'm
drink
down
that
with
up.
that. I like all of your ideas so far.
That's what I want, man. I want simple levels that when I say simple, I just mean like they're focused. You've got again, Emerald Coast. Oh my god, it's such a good introductory level. You go through so many little places on just that little beach, and there's so many little set pieces, and there's so much to just mess around with in the physics, with all these little mechanics. You can go more than one way. It just lets you explore and play around with it and stuff like that. It's not
Wayne.
super railroaded. It's just this small, focused, little open area. And I love that. And I want that out of more Sonic levels.
But Wayne, you need like an amazing opening set piece if you're going to do Adventure 3. Like, you need something that can top City Escape.
Yeah, Emerald Coast
All I
2.
need is a killer whale.
Nah.
cool,
That would
so-
just be that would you want Sonic 06.
I was
then.
about to say Sonic 06 already has you covered, my friend.
Oh,
You want-
fuck off.
You just want them to retread old ideas. Okay, so you want the Sonic 4 of Sonic Adventure, starting up with Emerald Beach and Speed Road.
Speed
No,
Road.
what you need is like Sonic escaping from an erupting volcano or something to open up a Sonic Adventure 3. Like, have him do like a fucking Howard Houdini on us.
Now I'm gonna
Aiden does make a good little point here. Aiden Shower saying, "Well, Wayne, there is a problem. Making a good 2D game doesn't mean you can make a good 3D game."
You're not
I
supposed
agree.
to acknowledge that comment.
However,
You didn't pay.
What?
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
It's relevant to what I'm saying. But I do want to say that I do agree with that, especially to to a degree. But we're also talking about Sonic Team did the same thing, didn't they? I mean, they moved on from Sonic on the Genesis over to Sonic Adventure 1. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want him to try. And I don't want it to be a perfect product. I want it to be flawed. I want it to be a little messy. It's the same thing of like watching good claymation in action on a film screen. I want to see the little prints. I want to see like somebody made this. It ruins the immersion, I guess, but it's part of what I love about Sonic is because Sonic Adventure 1 is so rough around the edges and it is so imperfect that it just feels like a little labor of love. And that's how I was introduced to this franchise, and that's just what I want to see a little bit more of.
I think it needs to be said though, like Adventure did come out at a time when the entire industry was trying to figure out 3D. I mean, yeah, Mario thoroughly figured a lot surprisingly out, but I mean Mario was delayed for many years. Like the Ultra 64 to Nintendo 64, people forget like how long we waited for that to come out because it was really hard to figure out. And Adventure looked at like the tip top of gaming when it first came out. It was nuts how pretty that game was. But Wayne, from what you're saying and what I'm understanding here, because I think you're getting onto a good point, is if you want somebody to experiment with 3D, you want it to be somebody who understands the base of Sonic. Yeah, because a good developer is a good developer, and it would be kind of cool to see them do, because this Mania started this trend, and I know he's an old fan. These are old fans like me, because Mania feels like he's making the game he always wanted when he was a kid, which was like, I bought a Sega Saturn, and then this is the what if scenario, but now I have the chance to bring it to life. And maybe that's kind of what they're doing in your head anyway, like 3D Sonic, but like that missing gap, like that Sonic world that eventually turned into Adventure. Like, yeah, but that we're going to do like a full game, maybe Saturn graphics, or maybe they're the ones like they're just, like you said, they're just going full on into their own thing there. I think that'd be great. Is that, yeah, like retread those steps. You got people that understand the core base of Sonic. Let's see what they can do, when they expand out from their comfort zone, and let's see them tackle Sonic in the third dimension.
There's a comment here from Jux the streamer, which basically says something I've been saying for years now. Let Toys for Bob make Sonic 5, and then let them start with an Adventure remaster, and then the magic they did for Crash 4 about time. I would say skip Sonic 5. No one fucking likes 2D Sonic. Just have them do have them
God
do
damn
the
it.
Sonic Adventure collection, and then have them do Sonic Adventure 3. I would be so game, and Toys for Bob is absolutely a developer I would trust to get it right, because they clearly do their research on why these things are loved. But yeah, that's me done for the Mania discussion. I think I've got out what I need to say.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
think
listen now.
I think for me, for Christian Whitehead, like I guess it just comes down to like the what if scenarios for each of them. I really like I really love all the ideas you guys had. Honestly, if I couldn't pick any of those, like let's see what Christian Whitehead can do in 3D, or let's remake the adventure games, which is a brilliant idea. I mean, just everything you guys brought up, I think is great. So I guess I'll tackle it from the sense of like, what if it was like Sonic 5? I think the safe thing we obviously would all want is like all original games. Maybe play around with a new art style, like bring triple jazz in, because Sonic Freedom is hands down one of the most beautiful Sonic fan projects I've ever seen in my life. It is startling how beautiful that is, and that needs to be an official product as far as I'm concerned. Or if we had to do Mania 2, and we had to revisit some of those ideas, like you sprinkle in some original levels, but you had to bring in old elements again. I think I would like to see them tackle levels and ideas. Like they started hinting at it, and they do some good stuff in there. But like bring in stuff that genuinely needed proper work and isn't going to see the light of day in any other fashion. So like
You're dreaming. Best you get in is Green Hill and Chemical Plant.
exactly, right? Yeah, exactly.
Stop
But it's
hurting me.
but like make a fun labyrinth zone. Make a fun anything from Knuckles Chaotix, you know? Like
Yeah.
like bringing that stuff. I think there's still good ideas that could be redeemed, and I think Mania, despite having to retread so much of what it did, I really do think a lot of what they were going for was like trying to redeem some really cool ideas that were just kind of left by the wayside because the game itself just didn't think it was a great idea. I think they redeemed a lot of Sonic CD in there, and even elements of Knuckles Chaotix with the Encore gameplay. So that's what I would do. So yeah, that's
All
I
right.
guess I
Well,
guess we want them
I
to work
guess-
on things.
Before we wrap up on the Mania discussion, I'd like to introduce you all to Pup's review corner. So recently, I bought the plush Sonic Club Mochi Mochi Club head, the disembodied, huggable head
Jesus fucking
of Sonic the
Christ.
Hedgehog for his 30th anniversary. I'm holding it in my hands
So
right now.
you have Sonic the Hedgehog?
I have Sonic the
Oh.
Hedgehog to give me all the head I could possibly need.
There it is. Where we got
Rainy
there.
days.
Yeah, we managed
So
it.
in terms of the squish factor, he is nice and firm, but also squishable, which is just what you want, really, from your giant disembodied Sonic head. He's got a very soft material. He's very well detailed, and yeah, I give him a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's my little segment over.
What the fuck?
I mean, there you go. This is the Pup reviews random obscure Sonic merch that if you have, you will definitely get laid after buying.
I recommend you buying it. It's a good thing to have stare at you while you're porking it out with your sweetheart.
I have I mean, I'm glad you like it. I'm not trying to take away from anything you enjoy, Pup. I gotta say, just on a personal level, that is one of those rare Sonic merch items like I have passed up. I have seen it in Target twice now. Looked at it and said, "No, I'm good."
I got the
It's so weird, man. It's just a head.
I got
It's
the
life size. It's the first piece of my life size Sonic bubble toy.
He's making a Sonic fursuit.
I don't think I could fit my head in this. It's a little too small for that. I mean, if I did, it would be a Sonic with a freakishly small head. I think if you're going to go down the furry mascot suit, the way to go is the Joyopolis Sonic, because he's delightful.
I got a friend who just like messaged me on Facebook saying, "Nick, how dare you disrespect the Mario? The cast is amazing." So there you go. Fucking normies.
Magnify him.
I think that friendship just ended. That's weird.
No, that's just basic bitches. This is what they are. Useless idiots.
Yeah, I'm sure the friendship's over now that you called your friend a basic bitch on your podcast.
He's fine.
If it
He's
wasn't
used to
over, it is now.
he's used to me being just a horrible asshole. He's the sweetest boy on the
We're
planet.
all used to it, Nick. Every
Yep.
one of us.
I'm a very abusive friend. I'm very sorry, everybody.
So are we done? Can we go now? I gotta take a shit.
We got super chats. So
If you want to go
Oh,
take
yes,
a
super
poopies,
chats.
let's
Let's do super chats. Let's do these. That will help me shit. Okay. So scrolling all the way up to the very
I
top.
wish my fucking scroll wheel worked. This is agitating.
Who's
Wait,
gonna start us off? Shall we start?
I can just go in here if you want. I'm already at the top here.
I mean, I was gonna say go around the table.
Sorry,
Yeah, might as well if you want to start.
Discord or my internet was just glitching out on me, so I kept dropping the call.
Oh dear.
Okay. So
Right.
Devo, before we even got started, he pledged this. What a Chad. Pledged $49.99. Says, I can't be here in person today. You never are here in person. You're online. What are you talking about, man? Says, but I still want to get this donation train rolling. Let's pile on the donations today and beat the record of $711. Also, Nick didn't pay me to do this. All right, Nick, that sounds kind of counterproductive, but you do.
No,
you,
this
man.
sounds kind of. Yeah, I was gonna say like you're paying us to do this, dude. But thank
How
you.
much did you pay him? $49.99.
And then subsequently, then YouTube takes its third of that super chat.
We're making a lost dipshit. Good job.
And then we cut that money down in quarters afterwards. Nick invests $50 and he gains $8.
Basically, that's how that goes. Yeah.
For the $8, Devo.
Capitalism.
You gotta love taxes. So much fun.
I hate
So
everything.
Sony gave us Canadian dollars in 279. Zavok for Mania 2 when?
Yeah,
Well, when we
Now,
get Mania 2.
immediately.
It'll
I want Zavok and everything. Zavok and Monkey Ball, please.
Look, I mean, I think IDW's proven to us, like, as long as you have a talented person handling the character, you're gonna have a better time than Lost World.
Dude, this is
Yep,
Sega,
so-
man.
Just like
Come
when
on.
they added Zavok into The Walking Dead.
Yep. Sure, what?
The Metal Virus saga.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Yep,
okay,
it was fun. But I mean, you give him a Christian Whitehead, he's gonna make a fun boss fight out of him. So
All right, so the next one's from Devin McCann for $1.99. No Wayne, only Wallace. That's what you get. Wallace is employee.
Yep, and it's your turn now, Wallace.
Come on, Wallace.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Hey,
my
all,
whole
Wallace
brain
here.
just I will come through this microphone, young man.
Where's
All right,
Wallace?
The evil Dalek with what is this, £1.79? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not American
He's
money.
taking us to Pound Town,
Um,
Wayne.
This is
It's
RPT
worth
money
more.
as far as we
It's
know.
It's worth more, dude. Like,
This is just for Pup. Russell T. Davis, lad, RTD2.
hell yeah,
Is he
Russell T.
back?
Davis.
You-
He's come back. He's the showrunner for Doctor Who in 2022.
No
and the 60th anniversary. So holy shit, Doctor Who's about to be relevant again. My childhood is fucking back. I'm over the moon.
That's exciting. Well, good for you guys. I'll have to go check that out. Is it still the same current Doctor?
No, it's going to be a different Doctor Who as well.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that'll be cool.
Oh yeah, it's my
Alright.
turn. I get to
Yeah.
read for our pal Jamal with the $5 super chat. Happy birthday to Amy Rose and Metal Sonic yesterday. B Theory forever. Winky face thumbs up. Yeah, happy birthday, Amy and Metal.
We did.
She-
I think we've thoroughly celebrated at least Metal's birthday.
Yeah,
bit.
fuck Amy, stupid woman.
But for his
Oh my god.
but for his last birthday, he had 26 presents. This year, he should have 27.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, happy birthday, Amy. I guess whatever.
I'm glad we talked about Sonic CD when we did. I guess that is we were close to being relevant. I mean, a couple
Yeah.
weeks off, but still, good for us. We're the best, is what I'm saying. Way Past Cool Kid sent us $5. Thank you very much. Who's ready to play Sonic 2 for the fourth new way to do it on the Switch? Fourth, you are being
Very generous.
very generous. I'm not even generous. Like you're very, very conservative with that number. Nintendo Switch on the line. Annie Butt, miss you boys. Can I get a trans rights? Absolutely, trans rights.
Oh yeah, you
110%.
can.
yeah.
Trans rights.
Trans rights.
Fuck yeah. Suris,
Next-
your turn.
Next one is from Mr. SP. $10 US. Jack Black is well known for being a pudgy guy who is surprisingly athletic, just like Mario. And that's why he's the perfect Bowser.
Yep, perfect. You know what, dude? I gotta say, like, everyone's been saying it online, but like, if we don't get Danny DeVito as Wario, then what are we even doing with ourselves? You know.
Perfect.
So
I think we need to get Ginger Bob as Danny DeVito as Wario.
Ginger Bob as Donkey as Danny DeVito as Wario.
Yes.
All right, Wayne, you're up.
We got Jamal Simmons with $2. It was the one with the message redacted. Did we ever figure out what the
You can fold
next
that
one,
into
yeah.
the next one. Just fold
Yeah,
it in. Just say it's
with-
a $4.
another $4 or another $2 to
$2.
make $4?
Maths.
Which one's better? Sonic movie versus Mario movie? Why? Mario's
Current-
movie is not out yet.
No,
unless we're
yes,
talking
it
about
is. It came out ages ago.
Yeah, it's
I-
called Minions.
Oh no!
The live action Super Mario Brothers movie is
Interesting trash.
it's
just
it's
gonna
an
straight up say-
anomaly.
I'm gonna go with Sonic movie because the Mario movie's made by Illumination, and just fuck Illumination Entertainment. Fuck them.
I'm not the biggest fan of the original Sonic movie. I think it's just a very basic family film with elements that I enjoy because I love Sonic. I think it's fine and it's safe for what it is. I think Illumination is going to be pretty safe as well. But I guess until we actually see the final product, I don't think it's really entirely fair for us to judge too harshly.
Sonic
Yeah.
1 had a butthole joke though.
I mean, he had a really just a warm fart in that one. Like I could feel it in his fur.
Where they thought Eggman was an alien, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna get probed," and Sonic's like, "I'm the one not wearing pants," so it confirms that Sonic has a butthole.
I mean, they
And-
did that too with that really just juicy, heaty fart on the bed in the hotel room. That was-
Okay, Nick, you keep your fixation on Sonic farts. The rest of us will talk about his feet. Which brings us to the next super chat.
Guys, I don't think I want to talk about Sonic anymore.
I don't
Sonic
think so
Bot
either.
sends 5 USD. Well, okay, that's next episode. Does Sonic have a retractable cock? So Sonic Bot sends $5 saying, "I'm gonna watch the Mario movie for Jack Black," and I'm like, I'm gonna say straight up, if I was gonna watch the Mario movie, the number one reason would be because Jack Black, because I love Tenacious D, I love Jack Black, he's the man. Yeah, but no, because fuck Illumination.
I really don't like Illumination, yeah. So we'll see. I'm gonna wait for a trailer, if nothing else, because right now we're back in that Sonic situation. Like the more I hear about it, the less I like it. But in the end, I was pleasantly surprised. So we'll see. All right. So Daza S gave us £5, or Daza. Let me know if it's a hard
Probably
or a soft
Dazza.
A.
If he's English, it's Dazza.
Daza. Okay, we'll go
Probably
with that
short
then.
for Darren, I would imagine.
Send us
Thoughts?
£5. Thank you very much. At the end of the Mario film, will Pikachu and Sonic appear to discuss the Smash Bros. Initiative?
Yes.
Cute.
They better.
That'd be cute.
Please.
I'm going to say
Did we
this.
get the Subspace Emissary movie?
I'm going to say this. There was nothing that was announced yesterday that was quite as jarring as hearing that Ryan Reynolds was going to play fucking Pikachu.
That is true, actually. Like we're all
Yep.
very hesitant about Chris Pratt Mario, but like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds Pikachu was quite a shock to the system as well.
And I do think we all kind of forget, like, because he is known for being like just a sexy Marvel boy these days. He did start off as Andy on Parks and Rec.
He's still
And
not
he
Italian though.
And he was Emmett in the Lego movie.
But is he gonna do an Italian accent?
I don't think so. I think
I don't think he can. To be,
Oh,
for
they're
the
not
sake of being
going to.
PC.
It's a
Italian.
risky we'll do. I mean, it's already like
Get
a
an
questionable thing.
actual Italian. I want Papa John voicing Mario.
Oh God.
No. No. No.
I've eaten
No.
30.
Why be
pizzas in
safe?
40 days.
Let's just make it nice and American for everybody. That's how we do it here in Hollywood.
There will at least be an Italian dub. So if you want the authentic Mario experience, watch that.
How do you whitewash your
subtitles.
voice? My God.
Oh,
Well, I guess
boy.
the industry's done it forever, haven't they? Never mind.
It's just lame. Okay, he's Italian.
I'm not disagreeing with you in the slightest. I just He's a
They
talented
should've-
guy.
they
I'm
should've got-
trying so hard. I'm
Have you ever
trying so
seen-
hard to give benefit of the doubt, dude.
Have you
Man,
ever seen
Pup
the movie
for-
Little Italy with Hayden Christensen and Emma, whatever the fuck her second name is, as Italian family members, and it doesn't fly. Like you've got Hayden Christensen,
Because the reason why I haven't heard of this.
Hayden Christensen in like bronzer with like jet black dyed hair. And he's like, "Hey, you got the pizzas in the oven." It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I'm gonna get to the Nick. Is it you or me who's up next?
It's you, Suris.
It's yours, Suris.
Okay, is it the one from Cairo?
Yep.
Okay. Cairo gives, thank you very much for the $5. Hey y'all, love the show. Always nice to listen to during work. I did want to ask, how do y'all feel about era discourse? Do you feel like it helps or detracts? I think it's I think it's neutral, honestly. I don't think it. What, Pup? Why am I hearing myself through your mic?
Mm.
I
don't do it.
That sounds like a you problem. Sort your shit out,
I
sir.
love that. Yeah, it was like a you problem.
But so I.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
hearing now,
see.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Kara's
it's a-
voice is coming through on my end. Let me just turn my volume down a bit.
Yeah. Fucking hell. We're just going to be glancing past that joke again. Anyway.
Yeah, go on, Lightbringer. Come on.
So I think for me, I think that it's pretty neutral because on the one hand, it is useful to compartmentalize Sonic via... This is going to sound like a pun, but I don't mean it that way. It is useful to compartmentalize Sonic by generations. But at the same time, a sub-discourse ends up happening where people start going about, well, what is the meta era? And then I'm just like, okay, no, it's good to have these compartmentalized. It's not good to bitch about where the compartments are. This is just for organization. That's all it is.
That's the ultimate point, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm above it. Like I've debated back and forth. Like I think it is more semantics, like just the term meta era. Like I've talked about that on the show. I've talked with Jay about it, who is the guy who came up with that term. People seem to forget that, which is weird. But like I get along with Jay just fine. Like he's a very pleasant dude. So I think as long as we're having discussions, I think it's important. And I don't want to sound like an old man here, but I always do anyway. But I do think it gets lost a little bit on Twitter. It just depends on where you're having those discussions. But I think like here, I think when I'm actually in a voice chat with you guys, especially after this past week, I think it goes to show like how much easier it is to talk with you guys about stuff we just flat out disagree on, because we can hear each other's voices, we can hear the tone, and we'd have an engaging conversation. So as long as we're having an engaging conversation, I think that makes a lot of difference.
If I may, I got a shit real bad. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I guess that means that we move the next one over to Wayne. Wayne, do you wanna talk about super chat things?
Yeah. So way past cool kid, US $5. Sonic movie Twitter just tweeted the Mario movie. See you at the Oscars. That old rivalry lives. Also, LOL at Nintendo making Genesis controllers. Yeah, that
can't
is
get over
bizarre,
that.
isn't it?
I don't-
This is a
we-
weird timeline. This really is.
I
mean,
more so want the 64 controller, but I am probably gonna get that Genesis controller.
I'm gonna keep that in the box, man, just to hold it. I can't believe it's been over 20 years since I held a GBA and seen Sonic Team's name appear on that in Sega, and remembering how fucking weird that was. I'm still not over it. It's so weird, but I'm gonna do it.
So, Pup, from your poo cam, do you want to get the next one?
Let's just
time for Nick.
Okay, let's keep going. That Jordo sent us $5 saying Kirby Adventure 2 Battle.
Yeah.
And maybe in reference to the Forgotten Lands?
The Forgotten Lands, because we're getting that realistic-ish environment and stuff.
It's realistic. We talked about it on my stream yesterday. Your twos, yeah, we were both on each other's stream.
Yeah.
I do think like they do have like they bring in more real world elements, but it still stylistically fits with what's happening with Kirby, even if it is jarring seeing him in an abandoned ruins. And I think it embraces 3D a little bit better than Sonic Adventure 2 did. So
Fight me, you fucker. Anyway,
it's nothing against it than Adventure 2, but it leans further away from 3D than Adventure 1 did.
I mean,
At least with Sonic.
Insofar as like Sonic's levels are more linear in Adventure 2, I can get that. I guess my brain thinks that when Sonic leans away from 3D, we get colors.
It does. Yeah, they kept doing it.
Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and get the next one from Jamal Simmons for $2. This Mario movie better be better than the 1992 movie. No. I want this Mario movie to be 10 times as cringy as the 1992 movie. I want Bowser coming out with a de-evolution gun trying to turn a Yoshi into an ape. I want this.
Monkey!
I can't.
It's a monkey!
I can't wait for Seth Rogen Donkey Kong to come out with like a banana like weed smoothie twerking.
Oh no, it's gonna be the Powerpuff Girls reboot, but Mario.
God, some of these chats are just so damn funny talking about Pup's poops. Who is in the chat while he's pooping?
He is.
Pup got into the chocolate again. He actually did. You talked about how he found like 2-year-old Halloween candy yesterday.
Yeah, this is literally he did this to himself, everyone. This is his fault. Oh my god.
All right. So from Smacko, pen,
I
P-E-N.
say Smacko. What is pen? That's an interesting currency.
Currency.
Pen
it is money.
currency.
It's 5.
Just gave us 5 pens.
No.
Smacko.
Smacko gave us 5. We got 5 from Smacko.
5 smacks on our Smackos. Right on our pen. Smacked us right on our pens. You know what I mean?
It's Sonic Movie Twitter just retweeted the Mario poster with the "See you at the Oscars. The fight is on." Oh, okay. So, I guess that's
the same thing. Thanks for spending money to tell us this. Yeah, we appreciate it.
I mean, we do appreciate it. Yeah.
And I do love. I gotta say, if nothing else, I am excited to see some just playful shit talking between those Twitter accounts.
That's gonna be great.
Jeremy Montoya sent us another $50.
Jesus.
Says, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I agree.
Okay, but I'm just gonna let you know right now. Letteric raises up a good point. For $50,
Peruvian souls.
Knuckles the Echidna.
Thanks, Smacko.
Peruvian souls won't use. Okay, fair enough.
5
Smackos. Knuckles the Echidna from Letteric.
I'd say the quadruple dick wins.
All right, Pup, you can get the literal rest of them if you want.
Oh, really? Okay, right. Okay. Where did we finish up?
Wait, there's a lot more. What? No.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
I'll get the next one. Where are we at?
That Jordo, $5.
Knuckles the Echidna. Wait, no.
It's right under Knuckles the Echidna.
Yeah. Hold up. Okay, that Jordo sends $5 and says, "Who needs the Street Fighter movie game when you can have the Dragon Ball Evolution movie fighting game?"
I mean,
Kill
real
fire.
Talk. No. Real talk. Compared to the two of them, the Evolution games is a solid game.
Oh man, I had to clean the toilet after that.
It's not.
It's just Budokai. It's just Budokai. That's all it is. It's perfectly fine.
Why are you pronouncing the O so strangely? Budokai.
Who cares? Because I'm Japanese, and that's how we say it.
You're not. There's a weeb part of my brain that just fried listening to that.
Just
Badonkai.
The Budokai.
Budokai.
Stop. Budokai.
The Budacious Kai. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the American South. We have Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PlayStation 2.
Got your Tenkaichis fresh and hot. Come get it.
I can't even tell you how many times I get calls of people asking for Tenkaichi 3. Anyway.
It's such a good game.
Wait, I can't. When I worked at the game store, yo, you got Grand Theft Auto IV? I sure do, buddy. I sure do.
I'll inject it right into your veins.
You guys got Battletoads for the Wii?
Oh no!
I can't believe you at least live in a world where it comes down to like you can actually say, Battletoads is a thing again.
Yeah.
Who will be the next person to read?
Yeah, Astonishing Red, $4.99. This has nothing to do with missing Mania 2 or Pratt Mario, but Nick sounds like he has a good singing voice. Do you sing around your house? I literally hate singing.
Nick doesn't know what joy is, so no, he doesn't.
Go on,
I
Nick, sing us a song. Sing us.
Get mad at people that just start randomly singing.
Sing
I
You've
don't
Got a
like
Friend
other
in
kids
Me.
in the
No,
crowd.
I am the same way, Nick. It drives me nuts.
No,
I
dude,
fucking hate
you gotta sing You've Got a Friend in Me in the style of Randy Newman. Like, actually do his voice as well.
I mean, well, that just makes it funny. You're just doing a cartoon voice because that man is a cartoon.
Or what about Louis Armstrong?
You know-
What a Wonderful World.
Actually,
in the
like
voice
that's
of
what my
Louis
brain.
Armstrong.
That's what my brain did. Actually, like you said, Randy Newman. I thought it was just Louis Armstrong.
All right, fucking do it. Time. Let's do this, Nick. Let's fucking
Nope.
sing.
I hate singing.
Nick, sing City Escape for us, serenade us.
In the style of Louis Armstrong.
Sir, take
Rolling
the next
around
one.
that shit uptown.
Shit.
Places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
I really hope you just throw your voice out.
Yeah, I've had my practice. Every time What a Wonderful World comes on anywhere, I will sing along with it in the voice.
You
God,
sound like a
not-
toad getting strangled during sex. Is what you
Dude,
sound.
Oh, I'm coming. Oh.
The best version of that song was when Second Form Frieza sang it in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. Like you guys know how it is. Like it's just something weirdly just engaging for all you bastards that just enjoy me being a grumpy fucker. Like my wife loves singing, and she knows I despise singing, but I love her, so
Well.
I'm fine with her singing.
From Jeremy Montoya so I can get away from this one before Nick trashes his marriage. I'm kidding. From Jeremy Montoya for $15. I'm about to get some Panera. Y'all want something? Yeah, totally. I'd love some tomato soup and a bread bowl, please.
Bread and
What's
soup
Panera?
shop over here in the States.
It-
Okay.
It's gentrification, the sandwich shop, is what that
Yes.
is.
It is.
What's gentrification? Is that like where you turn someone into a gentleman?
No.
I
Nick,
mean,
do
you're
you
not too far off there. Do you
I-
want to
well,
explain that? Do you want to
Okay,
explain
here,
that?
gentrification
It's really
is
pretentious fast food.
so gentrification. I mean, yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is not untrue. Gentrification is basically just when you take a low-income area and you start increasing the value of all of the houses in there. Sometimes artificially via things like rent sinking. Sometimes you're doing it by actually repairing everything and remodeling everything. When you do that, though, low-income families that do live in those areas, because usually it's apartments, tend to be forced out, and so you end up getting a bunch of very pretentious, snobby people going into the newly gentrified area because, well, it's within their budget, but the people who weren't there.
Oh, how fucking
fuck
dare
them.
they? Let's not do that then.
Well, that's welcome to America.
All
That
right.
is America.
Who
Yeah.
wants to read the next
On
one?
the next episode of Sunset City, we talk about redlining. I'm kidding.
Man,
Just that one song. It's a song, isn't it? No, Sonic Redline was going to be the name of. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
that Jordo responded with $5 saying, "Soup." I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember they had some like broccoli cheddar soup over there. Super good.
So
I have clothes that I got from Soup.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Fuck you!
So Lederick sends in $5 and he thinks to himself,
Panera's turkey sandwich.
No.
I love that people actually spent money to ask for an order from Panera. That's fantastic.
you could have spent that
Nick.
on an actual turkey sandwich.
Nick, what do you do in a
No, not a
drive-thru?
Panera. That's half of what it's going to cost you, man.
What do you
Oh,
do
really?
at a
Is that bad?
drive-through? Yeah, Panera's expensive as shit.
That
dude.
bad. Jeez.
No, if you want a meal at Panera, you're spending $10 to $15.
It's like that mid tier kind of a spot. Like it's not as like just fast and dirty as McDonald's, but it's not quite like a full on restaurant either. Like you can sit down in it, but you're gonna just it's that weird middle ground. Anyway, what were you gonna ask me, Suris?
I was gonna say, like you said, people are just handing money to say their orders to Panera. What do you think a fucking drive-through is, you old man? But handing money to say your order.
Well,
I mean, here's the thing. Like
it's different.
they're just spending money to not get food. Is what they're saying.
Yeah, when you go through a drive-through, you get something.
Right.
Well, guess what you get here? our voices talking about your order and judging you
That's
for
where you
it.
get, you dirty
Go on,
socialist
Nick. Read the
commie
next
bastard.
chat before these guys continue. Come on, let's do this. Let's go.
We do need to
You wanna
wrap this
take
up.
all my
Let's keep
money,
going.
you Nazi.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm funny. It's fine. Bebop Nux sent £5 our way. Sonic Colors Ultimate should have never been called as such because it doesn't even try to add how Smash Ultimate did. Ultimate has been tainted. Sonic
Hey.
Colors has been tainted.
Yeah.
They use that term to grab. I mean, God damn it! I hate ruining my script. They're going for that crowd. They're going for parents that know their kids like Smash Brothers, or confusing kids, or confusing, mothers that are trying to find Smash Brothers. They're copying Nintendo again, is what they're doing.
Hey,
We
Suris.
also have one from Game Apologist. I don't see the money amount, but it says, "Be right back. Dog has to shit." Oh wait.
Oh, it's a different dog. I get it.
Yep.
Different. Pup, you said something?
Oh well, yeah, Suris. I was just saying, you into
I would say
Getting
Chalmix is in
tainted.
here. Lady driving in front of me this morning was going 10 under the speed limit, holding a Panera fountain drink.
I mean, okay, Chalmix, now that you've said something about that lady, she wants to speak to your manager.
Oh goodness! Good to have Chalmix and Tom Topics here, and Bob and Dave and
so
Davidson Dulver and Black Yakuza. Everyone. That's just good to see everybody here.
Suris sends an 1832 super chat saying, "Be right back. Need to help Raz with a work thing."
You want to get the actual super chat in there now?
Yeah,
No, I think that's Wayne's turn, isn't it?
That's Ledger. God damn it! It's
We're
Suris.
we're completely out of order now, is what we are.
Okay, Suris, read.
I don't know how to do that.
Yes,
Ledger,
America
Didn't you
from the
start,
mountains of
like-
Georgia?
Asking us to do it like round table, and you brought it. You yourself brought it into this madness.
I'm from the
chose
state
this.
of Georgia. I don't know how to read.
He built the house and burned it down.
I haven't burned it down yet, but I did build 40% of my house.
We're proud of you. That's actually genuinely like good things to learn.
Yeah, I'm so wasteful, man. I just shat and I flushed it away. Like, jeez.
You should be
So
eating it like
Ledric
a
gave
real
us
dog.
$5. There's an easy way to get more hours out of a Sonic game. Chow Garden.
Yes!
It was Suris' turn!
Yes!
Yep. Chow Garden.
Fucking Chow Garden! Give it to me!
Just partner with Bandai. Give me a fucking Tamagotchi that links with the game to go with it.
All right, Suris.
I joked about this on Twitter, and someone actually flat out corrected me. I was like, why don't you just make a Chow Tamagotchi? And people were like,
we did that.
Sonic's been in a Tamagotchi before. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What?
Oh yeah.
I actively ordered the Japanese Tamagotchi game for the Sega Saturn because I think Sonic is unlockable in there. So I'm going to explore that soon.
Yeah, holy
And
shit.
I am
What?
going to track down the Tamagotchi.
Alright.
Yeah. I will confirm one way or the other because there's not a lot of information online about it.
Suris, it is your turn on the next super chat since Nick insisted on curling out a Cleveland steamer all over your reputation.
I guess we all have to take a shit on this episode, don't we?
Yes,
Not
I
Not yet.
literally am about to explode right now. SonicBot!
Shit.
SonicBot, thank you very much for the $20. A multiplayer mode would also be a good way to increase playtime, like racing each other's ghosts to get a better time or something, like SA2 did with the battle port, but with online. Okay, so there's a thing I want to say real quick in regards to that. I am still pissed that the port of battle on Steam does not have multiplayer Chow Garden activities.
I just want to race Nick's dog now that you mention it.
And pooping?
No, just it says race ghosts. So I
You just want to
your
race
dog.
ghosts.
It's
Sorry,
one
did I
person
just
playing Sonic,
stop
it's the
your
other one just hitting that slow ghost. Ghost! My dog just looked at me.
Ghost, show me where the Jade Wisp touched you.
Oh.
Wayne's your turn.
Okay, so just finding my place here. Yeah, from Jerome
Aren't we
McCullough,
all?
£2. Sonic Team are burnt out. Should they make a new IP?
Cold Steel.
Yes,
Cold Steel.
absolutely.
Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
Cold Steel Hedgehog.
I want to
Alex
say
Kidd
yes,
too.
but I feel like it's the same approach as like people who do Sonic content on YouTube trying to do something that isn't Sonic related and then just it bombing immediately.
No one's gonna give a shit, you know. Like the thing
Yeah.
with Sonic is like make a new IP by all means, but don't ever expect it to replace
Think,
Sonic.
think of
because,
every
like,
time that Game Freak has tried to make a new IP and how many times it's failed.
Yeah, but that's partially because the games are kind of whatever. I mean, it's,
Wow,
if Sonic
just
can
like
make...
the things Sonic Team makes.
Not really. Not in the older days, anyway. Some of the stuff they worked on was like some of the most prominent stuff going on with Sega at the time. Knights, Phantasy Star Online, Puyo Puyo. Like, they've all worked on stuff that has done good for Sega, but it just depends on who's working on anything. Like, that's just how it goes. That's why the dude who made Super Monkey Ball is making Yakuza. Good developer is a good developer.
Suris, do you
If
want
they
me
have
to
the
call the
capability...
retirement home, or are you doing it?
Oh my god.
On the next
My
episode
point-
of Sunset City.
Back in my day.
Well, my point is, when you have a good developer, give them the means to let their creativity flourish, because you're likely going to get a good product out of it. I mean, you'll get weird crap with Death Stranding, but if they are burnt out on Sonic, hand it off to somebody who's inspired and has some fresh ideas to bring to the table, and let them work on something else.
Well, Sega work
they've
on
earned
Among
some
Us
time.
too.
There you go. I think it'd be a good idea. I certainly think the management with Sonic needs a little work, and it sounds like that's what they're doing right now. So we'll see.
We've got a $4.99 from Devin McCann. Says, "Let's keep these donations going. Nick is a cool and handsome man, and in no way threaten me or my family, so I would ask for more donations." Oh, I think there's also... Oh, wait, no, that I wrote that. Never mind. Okay, yep.
There we go. Sir, it's your turn.
From AKA Shodan, now that I've been properly corrected on that in other streams. We just have $20 sent in with no context, so you know.
Yogurt mail.
And Bob,
Anyways,
yes, Rise Star is a Sonic Team game. Wayne, your turn, I think.
From AK Shonen. Yeah, so Sonic Bot US $2. Banana bacon?
banana bacon.
I think that's what he wants from Panera Bread.
Sure.
That sounds like what Donkey Kong wants from Panera when he's got the munchies.
Yeah. Just
Black
in the middle of a
Yakuza.
drive-through, like, sir, we don't serve that. Banana bacon.
You guys got
You ever want Pineapple Express? You want to see my coconuts?
Jesus fucking Christ, Nick.
You want to meet my friend James Franco?
I now refuse to work with James Franco.
Oh,
I
can
still
Diddy
do a voice
Kong,
in Big Mouth
can
season
Diddy
4.
Kong be voiced by James Franco?
God, no.
I'm gonna die.
Mario killed my father. Okay. Since
I miss
okay,
my
so-
bananas.
I miss them a lot.
I miss my bananas, Didi. I miss them
God
a
damn
lot.
it!
I'll
Let me
be-
read the poor Black Yakuza 94. Okay.
I'll be back.
Since $5 saying, since we're making Crash comparisons, they pull a Crash 4 and retcon all games past Sonic 3 and essentially work from there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just retcon Sonic 4, not the rest of it.
I've
Did you
said it
retcon
1,000
Sonic
times.
4? Yes. At what cost? Everything.
Wait, wouldn't it be better for this to be just like Tom Holland comes in? I want everyone to forget about Sonic 4. Okay, but can some people remember Adventure 2? Not how it works, kid.
Tom Holland's is literally SA2 fading into dust. Like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Pup.
I don't feel so good.
He's
like a-
staring up at you. Is this what you wanted, Maria?
This is what you wanted, right? As
What
the
did it
legs are
cost?
fading out. This is my promise I made to you.
Maria.
The heat death of the universe is going to be great.
Someone read Rocky Dave, goddammit.
Look, I'm just trying to tell you that if it comes down to it, okay, I'm just happy that we got a little resolution to Shadow's character later in a Colors Twitter takeover. Okay.
Okay, come on, Pontac. Read out the next fucking super chat.
Oh my god. Is it me?
It's you, yes.
Oh god, fucking damn it. Anyway, Aki Dave, thank you very much for the $1.99. Imagine a Mirror's Edge / Ghost Runner, but Sonic. So, at the speed Sonic goes, I can imagine that getting me very ill.
Yay!
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some good ideas there for sure. But I think they attempted that in Lost World. I think parkour with Sonic is a fairly good idea. It needed more utilization and a little bit more tweaking. Maybe we'll get back to it. It would be nice to see that. I mean, it doesn't have to be like literally Mirror's Edge,
Where it's
but-
all first person, like, all right.
Hey,
how
you
good-
guys saw the Generations mod, right? Like it looked
Yes.
really cool right up until he started flipping
He
around.
jumped.
As soon as he does the homing attack, you're like, oh.
Uh-oh.
You'd have to find
Oh,
some way
right.
of justifying that
Sonic.
Sonic doesn't directly see when he's... Maybe he just has his eyes closed whenever he spins or something.
Or it's like it's just a very specified segment of the game itself.
The
But
challenge is, can you navigate your homing attacks in the dark with your eyes shut?
Just like when I play Star Fox 64 now, I play it almost exclusively in first-person mode just because it's that much fucking harder.
yeah. Okay, Wayne, I think it's your turn.
Let's see. Dave. Devin McCann, $5. Nick wanted me to tell you that I just fell down the stairs and everyone should donate more.
Oh God, you're spending money for abuse jokes. Good lord, dude.
Oh
Rip
my
in peace,
God.
Devo.
So are you saying
You will
that
be
that's...
missed.
Well... I
And
mean-
with that, we
Uh,
have another super chat.
And with that, we have $2 from Sonic Pod. Sonic soccer game like Mario Strikers charged?
No sports.
I gotta say,
You know?
it's very weird that that Mario got that insane art style and that addictive that gameplay that really would have been fitted for Sonic, especially of that era.
That art style would have been so fucking cool on Sonic. Oh my god. Sonic Riders got close.
Ginger Bob, we know. Just let
I mean,
them have it, okay?
That
Just
art
let
that
them have
art
it.
style's really close to what Sonic Battle had, actually. That like the angular line art and everything.
It's
That
even
is
more.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger Bob, let the
But,
babies
but
have their
Sonic
bubble.
Strikers is good.
Fuck you, Wayne. We are no longer friends from this point
Oh.
forward.
Shadow basketball, perfect. I want it in that exact style from the McDonald's commercial.
And on that note,
On that note, my dog is looking at me, so I'm going to have to let him out here soon. Guys, I think it's about time we wrap things up. Anything else we have to say?
Remember to wear protection, kids. Don't be a sucker. Be a safe fucker. You've heard it here first.
I swear to God. Okay. All right. Well, guys, if you want to find more of us on our respective platforms, I'm Nick. I do a thing called Game Apologist. And I could actually use your help because I am trying to get away from my day job, leaving in this next month here. And I keep putting out videos that I know a lot of people aren't going to like because it's not Sonic related. Should
Bad
say that
strategy.
are not interested in. But give it a shot anyway. You might enjoy what you see. I promise you. So if you want to check out Game Apologist, I got crap up there. My Cruise and Blast stuff was fun. And I just put up a quick highlight of me and Suris going over the Nintendo highlights from yesterday, which was a good time.
Did you just say, though, I promise you might enjoy what you see? It's not much of a
Yes.
promise, is it?
no, it's an accurate promise. I promise there is
okay.
potentiality.
I
It's
promise
better than sex. It's just the best.
it's not something you're necessarily going to hate. You might, but you might not.
Look, a Game Apologist video is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still at least enjoyable to consume.
Yeah, where's my bed? Oh no. Oh no, self-doubt. Yeah, go check out my stuff. Yeah, go check. And I do actually I will have to get going soon because I have to send out because I did a contest recently for Cruise and Blast, and I got to send that out today since I have free time finally to the winner. So I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah.
And Suris, what do you do?
Suffer. But no, really. So I've got two channels. Main one I talk about real life stuff on. Don't watch it. It's horrible. You will literally have an existential crisis, and it's very boring. But
I have several times.
you actually have messaged me and been like, I had to take a break.
It's like I'm tired of listening about all these people that hate the gays.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, you cover some rough stuff, man.
Dude, I literally get death threats. It's weird. But anyways, so off that, if you want to hear something that's a little more enjoyable, I have a secondary channel called NekoSuris, and there's where I actually talk about gaming stuff. I've got a video that's already made. I just haven't uploaded it yet. That's going over an article where a woman is basically saying that grown men all should not play video games at all, and it's very weird. And I almost covered it for my main channel, and then I was like, this is about games. I'm throwing it on the other one. But I also just did a retrospective of Banjo-Kazooie over there, because what I'm trying to do is, as I complete a game on my streams, on the same stream that I complete the game, I go ahead and get all of my thoughts out on paper, like as they're fresh and organic in my head, which means that sometimes it's a little meandering, but at the same time they are my thoughts as fresh and organic as they can possibly be, which I feel like is one of the strengths and even one of the weaknesses of live stream formats anyway. So that's what I'm doing over there right now.
There we go. Wayne, what are you up to?
A lot. I've been up so much the past couple of nights just trying to get this stuff done. Metroid month is going to be a big thing on my channel. If any of you out there like Metroid, please stop by. Got some really exciting stuff going on. I keep talking about this secret project that's been happening. Well, next weekend it sounds like it's going up finally. It won't be on my channel, but on the podcast I should at least be able to share where it will be live next week. The first video going up for Metroid month, I haven't quite landed on the date it's going up. It's either going to be a week from today, or it's going to be like a day or two after that. It's going to depend on how the other project, when that goes up and everything like that. I am working myself to the bone on this thing. It is going to be like a half-hour long. It's a stupid big video, and I've put together so many assets for this, but I'm very excited about everything I put together here, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Also, a quick super chat from Devin McCann. $1.99 Sonic Spinball HD remake.
I will play it.
I would too.
For you, Devin.
Grudgingly.
For you.
Okay, Pup, what are you doing?
Well, in a bit, I'm going to go out to the bar. But first, I'm going to get showered so I don't smell bad. I want to meet women, man. I want to meet women.
So if you live in the UK, go bar hopping to find Pup.
Yeah, if you're a female as well, you might get to see my home. But anyways,
bring a flea collar.
What am I doing on my channel? Well, I make YouTube videos on YouTube, and
oh shit,
I promise you'll definitely like them. And if you don't, it's because you're a fucking psychopath. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I actually do have to get going, because my dog really needs some help there. So, guys,
the sun is setting on everything. The heat death is inevitable.
Yep, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next week with another random ass topic, I'm sure. Bye.
See ya.